push
Well, I
this
can
button.
think it's your father.
Hmm?
All I can think of is your father. I hear Dave. It's like,
Yay, there we go.
My
Okay.
father was also Dave.
Demons, souls. Why is there an extra S?
So, with the change in music comes the change in rules.
Oh.
If you die, you go back to level 1.
We're already at level 1.
So
No,
I
I
can
just
die
know,
as
like,
many
level-
times.
Get to like level 10, then you died, you're back at level 1 trying to compete with the level 10.
I misspoke. I mean, if you die, you go back to level 0.
Oh, that's mean.
Mhm.
No.
You know how long it took us to go
A hot minute, that's
to
how
leave
long.
level 0? Sorry.
Yeah.
who else is joining today?
I shall be
Kachina.
right back momentarily.
Kachina.
Kachina.
It's gonna be late.
I thought she said she would be around this time.
Mm-mm. Later.
Yeah,
6:30?
she said about 6:30.
Okie dokie.
So, do I get to play Aurora?
He ran out for a second.
She was asking you, aren't you DMing?
Well, for me, I would say you can kill Aurora, but that's not how this would go. It's like just have them jump off somewhere.
It's a 4v1 versus Aurora.
Pretty sure Mitchell would agree to that, actually.
He would.
Well, Aurora's pretty strong, so I don't know. I think she's
Alright, all of you.
For Josh.
Alright.
Is Jenny gonna be Miss Alessandra?
He keeps stealing my game character names. For the record, I was like, can you stop this? Like, every time I
No.
hear these names, I was like, stop stealing my characters.
I will steal them all.
Note to self, do not put on lotion before streaming because I'm shiny and fabulous. My skin is very moisturized, as you can see. Like, damn.
Moist.
And that's a bad thing.
Moist.
It's not even moist. It's sucked into my skin. It's not even, like, whatever anymore. It's just now shiny.
Alright.
Ew.
I think the only other person we're gonna have today is Kachina, and she's not gonna show up until 6:30.
Yeah.
So,
Welcome,
And-
Dave.
in the meantime, we can go over the terms of service, or as I would like to call it, as many others, session 0.
Is this the new one?
What do you mean?
Which story are you picking up? I can't
This is the main campaign. Everybody loves the main campaign. Soon, hopefully, Dave also will.
Hashtag bring Betty back.
Betty! Oh god, poor Betty. I tried to dig you a grave, and then there was a...
No one asked about me.
Monster.
No one was like, who's she? Doesn't matter. Just moving on.
I know about Betty. I tried to dig her grave, and then a monster came.
Oh.
And then it ate Betty.
And then it ate Betty's dead body. Like,
Oh, I didn't know this happened to me.
I mean,
Oh, go.
it ate, it disintegrated, like...
yeah, it's a
In any
void mouth.
The thing I want to go over a little bit, and to just reiterate before we really get into this main campaign, is the main points of gameplay, I guess is the word. You still there, Mr. Dave?
Yeah, I'm here.
I
Okay.
missed your face. That's a lie. I haven't seen your face yet, but I would still miss your face. if I've
I
ever
would
seen
turn my
your face.
camera on, but my apartment's a mess.
I'm in a guest bedroom full of boxes. Like,
That's
you
why I'm
don't
pressed
get to
against the
say
wall.
anything right now.
Oh, is that a
okay?
chihuahua?
Really, Robyn?
Yes. Yeah. There.
Stop camera shaming.
Hi, are you a chunk? Are you a chunk? Okay. Goodbye.
I thought we don't fat shame the babies.
Yeah, no.
I say
Right.
not to fat shame the babies, but it is so fun to fat shame the babies and play with their little rolls.
You know what? That's fair. I accept that.
Baby's got rolls. I don't even know how. He doesn't eat that much. He doesn't like treats. He just got fat. I don't know how. Camera. Thank you. Okay.
But in any case, basically what I want to go over while we're waiting for Kachina to show up is just the aspects. What the hell word was I trying to say? The aspects of how this campaign is going to play out. So we went over just a little bit, but mainly this is going to be a heroic campaign. Does that mean you can't do evil things? No. Does that mean that you can't be a little bit mischievous? No. But ultimately, your character's goal should be to do something good. Your intent should be good. I would. Everyone on the same boat so far? The Fred boat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So we kind
Exactly.
of went over that in question, but I don't. The people that I associate with and the people that played D&D with me, I've never had an issue. Okay, maybe that's a lie. Maybe slightly issue with a gentleman who knew Fog Cloud.
Mm.
Mm.
Don't look at me like that, Pedi. But you know damn well he had a mean string for those NPCs.
He did. He really did.
But we got it once. But the next thing I'm going to go over is just to make sure that we're all on the same page as far as how we want the game to play out. And what I mean by that is, like we've talked before, are we trying to make this difficult and challenging as possible? Or are we trying to just have a fun story and it's Power Rangers or
Yay.
where am I trying to go with it? Basically, like we
Are
originally
we
agreed
playing
on.
on easy mode or are we playing on hard mode?
Well, there's in between.
I would like
but-
medium. I don't want to die immediately, and I don't.
Yeah, I don't want to die, but I don't want to not be challenged.
I'm okay
Right.
with
And
like
that's
one punching
generally-
people.
That's generally where everyone has fault or their opinion is felt, but I just want to make sure that's how we want it. Now, what this means is that you will have some plot armor. Some. But if you go face first into that ancient red dragon,
Whoop.
that is not going to save you.
But Josh, I have plot armor.
And it just burnt to a crisp. It burns quite nicely. The next thing is also, like I said, the depth of, I guess, the story. Are we after a light story where it's basically just about decisions you make and less about what's going on? Or are we going really heavy into, like, the intrigue, politics, issues that the world itself may have, and everything that entails?
Kind of, but honestly, my memory is shit, and so is my note taking.
Well, the biggest thing about it is the more that you get plot heavy, the more the game becomes railroaded. Because if you want the story, you gotta stick with the plot. Whereas if the story is very, very light, where it's just mainly whatever happens based off your decisions, it's more of a sandbox. But then you guys have to actually make decisions, which has been a hard thing for you guys in the past.
It's been a hard thing for me.
And there's nothing
IRL.
wrong with that. It's I want you guys to be able to do what you want. But if, like I said, if we go one way or the other, if we go more towards the sandbox, I'm going to have to rely on you guys to actually choose what you guys want to do. Whereas if we go more heavily on the story, I can help push things along. Like, hey, you guys really should go check this place out before something bad happens.
We should probably be
I'm into
nudged
that.
along.
I want to hear the story.
And again,
I like
it's
the
not,
story.
well, it's not like there won't be a
There-
story.
I
There's
know,
still
but
going to
I
be a
wanna.
story in Sandbox, but
But if you guys choose to raise an army of goblins for whatever reason, and you sidetrack yourselves for 3 years, the story will still go.
Wow.
Whereas if it's very heavily reliant on the plot, and you guys choose to spend 3 years raising goblins and the world ends, well, you kind of had it coming.
to go with the story, it kind of has to be time limited and less sandboxy. At the same time, I don't want to be like.
I guess there's also an in between.
I would like an in between. I don't want to be metagaming pigeon here, but in the first section, oh my god, I think I was just. I think my character was just depressed in the first one. Whew. Lane was very, very upsetty spaghetti.
I'm really excited to see how Dave plays out his character. Like, I've been thinking about it all day.
I'm excited to see how I do it too.
Samesies, because
I like it.
the first few sessions, quote unquote sessions on this was level 0, where my character didn't have any of her pluses yet. So now she is charismatic and cray cray a bit, and I have to play her a little differently than the that she was before. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna say middle ground. Some sandboxing would be nice, but we definitely need to be led by the hand a little bit. Lilith. Okay.
I saw a thumbs up.
Indeed.
For whatever reason, it actually showed Pedi just giving his thumb even though he'd made no sound.
Yep. I'm good with that too. A good medium, a good mixture. But
that's
I don't
normally
mind
how we
taking
do it.
notes, getting involved in the world,
I gotta be
changing
better
events.
at notes.
I don't mind. I want to get into that. It'll be fun. Actually, getting immersed in.
Dude, no matter what, Josh is gonna immerse us, like waterboard us.
What?
And dude, the amount of times
You
I
take your
cried the
D&D.
first time we tried this,
Oh my god.
I can't. It's gonna drain my soul, but I'm ready for it this time,
It
okay?
makes me happy, proud, and sad at the same time.
You hurt my soul, and I'm ready for it again. Let's do this.
Alright, I think there was one more thing to touch on. Again, I'm just kind of going over this really quick to make sure this is mainly to retouch before we really get started in this campaign, but to also kind of have you chip in, Dave, with what you're looking for in the campaign as well. Like, don't feel
I'm
like
looking for fun.
Okay, well,
got it.
but that's different for everybody.
Yeah.
Well, like this is your
Yeah.
chance that if there's something you want out of the campaign, to let us know.
I mean, not right now.
Yeah, you gotta get a feel for your character first, and then you'll see what you want.
I know I don't want to die and I want to hit high levels so I can do big damage.
Fair enough. Fair
Well,
enough.
I can, unless you just waltz your character off a cliff into lava, I can pretty much guarantee that.
I support that.
I can't save you from like literally self-destructing, but I can save you from you're just doing your natural big boss fight stuff. Oh! And that is one thing I want to go. I was hoping to go over it more as a whole group, but I think it'll be quicker if I just touched on it now and then caught the other two up later. But I'm going to narrate a good bit more in combat, and I'm going to give less information in combat. You're going to get a lot of less, like, you're going to tell me numbers, but I'm not going to give you anything back other than, what numbers apply to your character. So if you lose 5 HP, I'm going to tell you you do 5 HP. But instead of you getting hit, it's going to be, HP is going to be more of what it was meant to be now that I've had enough time to really get the feel for it. So if you're a barbarian, HP is how durable you are, so you're taking hits. But if as a rogue, HP is how much you dodge before you don't dodge. And as a wizard and a warlock and a cleric, that's your magic preventing you from going down. So basically, your HP hitting 0 is the event that causes you to go down, per se.
Got you.
Yep.
Does that make slight sense? So
Yes.
you can get hit for 58 points of fire damage from the fire breath of a dragon, but not actually get hit. But you lose the HP because that's keeping track of your durability of your character. But each character has a different way of surviving, and that's how I'm going to narrate it.
Alright, I'm down.
So some characters are going to take hits, but some characters are going to dodge it. Some characters are going to use magic. It'll be fun. But on that note, like Dave said, and I wanted to do that, and I think it's a great idea. I think if you guys are comfortable with it, I'm going to take over the death saving throws.
Yep. I liked Dave's idea
Go
for
ahead.
that. I thought we talked about that before.
Well, the thing is that basically there isn't really death saving throws in my main campaign. Basically, it's whether or not you basically only die as I don't know if Dave, you've looked over the rules. You basically only die if the enemy chooses to finish you off, so you're down to 0 and somebody finishes you off. You've literally reached 7 points of exhaustion, which means you've gone down 7 times. You have to hit 0 7 times or be exhausted by other methods in order to die that way. Or you literally get hit so damn hard that it does double your maximum HP and damage. So if you have 50 HP, if you take 100 damage, you die. And like I said, that's more along the lines of you jumped off a cliff and killed yourself. Because to get that kind of damage, you would have to be squashed by a boulder or something. You'd have to do something absolutely ridiculous like...
Or get hit by a paladin. Natural 20s.
Yeah, or, hug a whole satchel of dynamite after you light it, like...
Someone told me to hold it, and it was making a weird noise, but I thought it was just upset.
I thought it was just cranky at me.
It was upset, so I tried to calm
But
it down.
the severity at which people are, whether they're conscious or unconscious, bleeding out, not bleeding out, all that, that'll be between me and the players directly. So, obviously, if Pedi's character is literally dying, I'm going to be describing to him that he has open wounds and there's a lot of blood, things are getting hazy, and you're not really sure how much longer you can take. But that's going to be a direct message to you, and you're going to have to communicate that with your friend somehow if you can even speak in that.
I got you.
Is it Lilith, are you?
Just draw X's over my eyes.
Blah. But I think that generally covers the stuff I really wanted to touch on before we get started when Kachina gets here.
She should be on any minute now.
It's no rush.
But I want to play.
We all want to play.
Eh,
And you guys all gathered the stuff that you... Did you write down the stuff that you wanted to put in your inventories?
Yep,
Yes.
let's close to it.
Alright.
So you say. Did you though?
So I did.
Okay. Did you though?
Yeah.
But did you though?
Jeez.
Cheese? I did not get any cheese. I did get some fish and some cookies.
Yeah, I had chicken nuggets. Eat that.
Huh?
I said, yeah. I had chicken nuggets.
Oh, chicken nuggets. Edibles.
Chicken nuggies.
Yeah.
Chicken nuggies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I am ready. My use magical object is -1. It's gonna be
That's because your intelligence is...
fun.
We're not
Oh.
that smart.
I need to pull up Dave's...
Luminana was the smart one, and Dave, how much smarts do you got? What's your intelligence?
I'm a 10. A 0.
Hey,
I think
say.
that's better than us.
He
Yeah,
doesn't,
no, you're on
he
par.
doesn't swing strongly one way or the other.
Dang it. We need
No,
intelligence.
I look great though.
That's good.
That's all that matters.
That's
He
very
looks
important.
That is all that matters.
Fantastic.
I believe
Alright, let
you.
me add... Thank you for bringing that up. I almost forgot I need to add that for him.
Oh, yes. Well, yep. Yep.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I brought this back because I thought that it's kind of unfair that there's a lot of stuff that people can't really use because it's specifically confined to the class in which uses it, like spell scrolls. Like, there's a whole bunch of magical shit in the world that people can use without actually knowing what the hell it does. Question is, do you want to?
Mm-hmm.
So I brought back this skill from...
I want to touch.
I think it was 3.5? I think it was 3.5. Alright. Dave now has used magical device.
So, our boat trip there is going to be paid for?
Boat trip?
Yes. Aren't you going on a boat?
No, I never said anything about you guys going on a boat.
I thought we were going on a boat. Lilith, what the heck is our current objective?
Well, you're going over there. I just never said you were going on a boat.
Oh. I was excited to go on a boat.
So
Doesn't the second one have to do with the boat?
Yes. According to the information you gained, the merchant that lost his stuff...
I thought that was the first one.
No, that was the second one. The first one was on another island or something?
That's the merchant.
So, yeah, the merchant had a ship that was carrying, like, a lot of the cargo that he was going to use for income. Including something very valuable that he wants back, which is your mission. That ship wrecked, and all that stuff ended up washing on the shore of an island that they managed to track down.
That was it. Okay.
The problem is that he doesn't have any funds to hire people to go get it. Because, again, the funds that he's planning on getting went down with the ship.
That's where we come in.
So we find the ship, we get paid, but we have to give him that one item.
He doesn't care about the ship.
No, we gotta find
He
the
doesn't
stuff.
care. He doesn't even care about any of the merchandise, air quotes, that was on it. Anything that you find is yours. But once you get there to discuss with him, there is one thing that you had to give back to him, and that is the stipulation.
So what does it say on the piece of paper with how we're getting there?
Well, Valona said they would take care of transportation.
They did.
So, because believe me, this is not a boat ride away.
Okay, so you should return your.
Or I should say, it's not a
swimsuit.
short boat ride away. What's that, good sir?
No, I was telling her she should return her swimsuit that she bought.
Well,
And we have our new guest, Miss Alessandra, the High Elf Warlock.
hit you.
Oh, Warlock?
You're a celestial warlock.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
It really is badass, as Dave took the time to actually show.
I love warlocks.
Yeah, Celestial Warlock up to level 10 is the best healer for single target. And then
Especially-
like level 4 for...
Especially in my campaign, where short rests also are counted towards just wandering around and doing nothing. Like, if you're literally just doing your own thing for an hour, that counts as a short rest as long as you don't do anything crazy.
No guarantees.
No guarantees.
So we have her. Guess it's a good thing I didn't get the other dude.
The dude that spit at your feet,
Yeah, he didn't want to be my friend.
you didn't need him anyway.
Why'd he decline?
Because I rolled bad.
What did you say to
Oh.
him?
I rolled too bad, it didn't matter.
What did you say to him?
How did we do that, Josh? I
Do
think
what?
with the Aarakocra. Did he?
What about
I
it?
think he just spit at me and that was that. And he didn't want to. Yeah. I didn't really say anything.
Basically, he was offended that. He was offended at.
I have to find
How do I
message.
word it? Basically, the mission itself was under him, and he didn't acknowledge any of you guys as the valedictorians because he thought he was better than all of you. So it was more out of spite than anything else.
Bet.
Oh yeah, and I was talking about bird vomit for a while. Yeah,
What?
What?
I'm like, he can't spit, he don't got no lips. And Josh was like, well, how do birds vomit? And I'm like, they just kind of, and there it is. And he's like, yeah. I'm like,
That's exactly what I say. But she was like, how do you spit? You don't have lips. I was like, well, how do birds throw up? And she's like, they kind of just do. And I said, exactly.
That's
does
how
he
that
spit?
went.
How does he spit? He kind of just does. Gotcha.
So Lilith, what did you get for your supplies? Well,
I got a
waiting.
nice hooded cloak, dark blue color. Let's see.
You should have just made your tapestry into a cloak.
That is a special tapestry, alright? Wherever we end up living, it'll be in my room.
Okay.
I'm not gonna wear it out. What?
It's like having a set of pearls that you never wear. It's like, what's the point of having them if you never wear them? Just wear them.
Whatever. But, I have a belt of pouches now with various items. I have a grappling hook on my hip. And that's all you can really see on me right now.
All Mirra got was some dried fish and some cookies.
I'm glad you have the food covered because I didn't buy any.
I have food covered.
Okay.
Mirra got the most important stuff: a tin of cookies, some dried fish, some rations.
Now, are they cookies in a sewing kit?
Yes, that's
Nice.
what I was picturing. Dude, I saw like a meme or something, and it had an open like one of those tins, and someone said someone put sewing supplies in the cookie tin. Like, yep.
That's what I grew up with too.
Yeah.
Likewise. Yes.
Hey, it's the perfect tin.
The Danish cookie specifically, that tin is bomb.
Exactly. So let me see. I don't think I got anything else. No. Oh, and I did get a rope.
Nice.
Mostly because I thought we were going to be on a boat. I wanted to
have
swing
rope
around.
too.
I'm a little upset. Kachina. I'm awake, I swear. Tried to make me work a double today.
Haha. What's the matter, baby? Come here. Come here, Toby. Come here.
Baby.
You okay? You got something in your eye?
Oh, baby. Okay, that's a little vodka heavy. Oh. I'll keep you awake.
Mixing your own drinks.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've got...
Possibly go wrong.
I don't know.
Please look. Okay. I'm doing the Kachina.
Oh, did she message you?
Mm-hmm.
Ask her if she needs to buy anything while she's on her way here. What would Breya want except like a minifigure of Aurora? Do I get to play Aurora? Do I get to play Aurora?
Hang on 1 second, my friend.
You can't multitask.
Neither
Well,
can I.
there's a reason.
The only time I can multitask is when I'm on the phone for work.
I can't even do that.
I work in a call center, so I have to.
I work at customer service, so I have to answer phones and like do that at the same time.
I
So I'm
feel
like, all
your
right, give me a
pain.
minute to look up all your stuff.
The best advice I can ever give you from my 7 fucking years in call center / customer service. If, like, when you're doing shit, type, like, press the keys really loud. If you just
So they
press
know
the
you're
keys really loud while you say you're doing something, the amount of times I've had people go like, "Oh, sounds like you're really working there, aren't you?" "Yes, sir, I'm doing my best just for you." When in reality, I'm just hitting buttons until the page loads. So,
Yeah,
You lay the
that's
phone
exactly
down
what I
next to
do.
the keyboard. You're like,
yep. Kachina,
And
I
the
miss
number
your face. And you're muted. There. Hi.
I'm gonna be really honest with you guys. I'm kind of half here. I have a friend who's in suicide crisis,
Oh,
and they're freaking out right now. So I'm just trying to help them calm down. So I'm kind of half here.
okay.
deal.
Understood.
Alrighty.
When did you get your new headset, Pedi?
Like a few. No.
I don't
got
think
it
you.
on Monday.
Oh, this last Monday? Yesterday?
Last week.
Did you have your camera on last week?
No.
That's probably why I didn't see it.
Alrighty, my friends. If everyone is ready, we shall begin where we left off.
Okay.
So this is Miss Alessandra. Miss Alessandra, this is Lilith. And this is Breya. And that's Aurora. I call her Aurora.
So, after a brief introduction and getting to know her a little bit, you can see that she has very long, straight platinum hair. Pretty much a lot of the signature appearances of an elf of her lineage. And she's also wearing these, I guess you could say, ceremonial robes. And you can tell that there's little parts of it, like, what are they called? Vestments? The thing that goes over the neck and then hangs down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she more or less looks like the real deal priestess. Just from your brief experience of talking to her, you can tell that she's very pleasant and very funny in terms of personality. Unfortunately, those kind of things are cut short because, well, the mission is at hand and you gotta go because what's getting you there is about to leave. And with that, I will let you guys start off.
Where are we going? How are we getting there? Are we going on a boat?
Is everyone ready? You got all your stuff all packed?
I brought cookies.
Alright.
Where's the boat?
I'm here and ready to cruise.
Alright, where do we go?
That way! I don't know.
If you guys are all ready to go, basically the Bologna staff are already ushering you in the general direction.
Sweet.
Alright.
So where's this boat? How long did it take us to get there? Who's the captain?
Well, it takes a little bit because they have to lead you from the mission hall actually to the Valona Castle.
Ooh.
Probably a lot of you, this is your first time ever going into this place. And let me tell you what, it is super fancy. The place is literally immaculate. Like, if you thought that your, in comparison, tiny academy hall was anything to ooh and all over, the Valona Castle puts it to shame. It's almost so clean that you can see your reflection in the white marble. And there are literally guards and assorted trinkets and everything everywhere. It's pretty much what you would imagine a castle to be if you'd ever imagined one. But it's very short-lived because as you enter the castle, they immediately usher you off in a direction, and back outside you are, making your way across a pretty lengthy bridge to a portion of the castle that's not really attached to the land. It's almost as if they built the castle out into the open and then attached a bridge to connect the two together. You're not really quite sure how this structurally makes sense if any of you think about it. But I mean, hey, it's been here a long time, so I guess it works, right? When you get to the end of it, however, you see that this is where they train the flying mounts.
excited.
I'm excited.
Well, as with treating any flying mounts. Hang on a second.
Isn't that Zephyr there somewhere?
What
Yeah.
are they? What are they?
What do we see?
I'm about to show you.
Not soon enough.
I'm about to show you the little baby griffins,
So cute.
which are affectionately called
Little puffballs.
Little griffs. Come on. Come
There
on. Come on.
There we go.
There. Okay, that's better.
So this is towards the entrance, so there's a lot of little critters like this, and there's a lot of other baby flying. The griffs are probably the most prominent one. That is Bellona's mount of choice, at least for the aerial amounts. There are some baby wyverns. So, as I showed you the chart before, that would be 2 wings but no arms, but 2 legs. In any case,
Mirra is gonna go and then just run around trying to grab and or hug something. Anything in reach.
are you just trying to run up and hug the griffs?
Yes.
Just to make you aware, there are mama griffs, as in griffins.
Oh.
You hear one of the guards, wait, no.
Hmm?
They're adorable, but
Yes. Yes.
the mothers can be quite touchy, so I wouldn't recommend it.
Oh.
If you still want to try, I would require an animal handling check.
I don't know if you can hear that.
No.
He's like purring, trying to growl. It's very funny.
I heard that one.
Yeah. Okay. I try and get down and non-threatening, and You're staring out a window. You can't do shit. Okay, calm down. Try and be
Is that what you say to the griffin?
no, out of game. So I want to be as small and non-threatening as possible. And you said 2 animal handlings. I'm guessing I'm at a disadvantage. 5.
No, just 1.
That is 5.
Yeah, it's obvious with the body language that the mother griffin isn't having it.
Okay, I back off. And I go over to Lilith and you power.
Whoa, easy, Amy. You hear the tamer trainer.
I'm
call.
sorry. Here's a piece of fish for her. Maybe it'll help.
No.
I'm gonna put my hands on
Yes.
Mirra's shoulder and kind of
Yes.
usher her along. Whoa,
The guard that
Mirra.
was leading you along the way is like, thank you.
Come on.
Hey.
But as you're passing by through the entrance area where all the young mounts are, you start to get into the train area, and you start to see like a full-grown, actually currently armored griffins and wyverns and such.
Oh my
And
god.
it's pretty fantastic to see. These things are pretty awesome, especially when they decide to roar or just move around. You can feel their weight moving around on the floor. And as they lead you out, and eventually lead you to a spot where it's away from those, and it seems to be what's the word? Now, Dave wouldn't know this because he was in the very, very first campaign, but this is the spot where they have the commercial flying animals. The Kiratus and co-Kiratus. Think of them as basically giant cockatiels.
They're very
More-
cute.
Or I would say the smallest ones are cockatiels, and the biggest ones look like cockatoos. But in any case, they lead you up, and you get to this massive green bird. Like, this thing is literally gigantic.
What is that called? Kutu?
Ko-Kiratu.
Kiratu.
Ko-Kiratu is the largest of its species.
There you go. That word.
And its feathers are like this deep green, emerald green that shimmers in the sun.
So
But it seems to be just a giant ball of feather fluff at the moment because it's just laying down resting as the guard leads up to this ramp of stairs that leads up to this, I guess, seating arrangement on its back.
Is there someone like standing at the bottom of the stairs, like a flight attendant, waiting for people to board?
Well, there seems to be a person at the front. I guess you could assume that's the pilot. But the guard that led you up there is the person that's at the bottom of the stairs.
Is this one friendly?
Yes.
Can I hug it?
He looks up at the pilot. What's up? She wants to hug it!
Can I hug it?
Yeah, sure, go for it!
Yes!
Just don't touch its feet!
Just watch out for its feet? Is that what he said?
Don't touch its feet!
Oh, okay. So I like take 2 side steps. Hello, bird. What's her name? Hello?
I was gonna say taco, but...
Taco.
Actually, we don't really name them. We try not to really personalize them that much.
That's so sad.
If you don't name her now, she will.
That's so
Say
sad.
what?
I said, if you don't name her now, she will.
Go for it.
Oh. You. Sorry. So I'm outraged, and I try and get his attention. Excuse me, fluffy, green, beautiful creature.
It's so completely in its big fluffy rust mode.
I run up in charge and jump into its feathers.
I mean, it's literally just softness.
Yes.
It's like tackling a cloud.
Yes.
I begin to walk up the stairs.
My
Trying to
feet
see
are
if I
kicking out a little bit. I'm
So
just
this is how we're getting there?
sinking into the softness.
It's super, super, super soft.
I love it. It's great. Look. I love it. Life is great.
Are you choosing to ignore her?
Yeah, I'm walking up the stairs.
Gotcha.
I try and backpedal and get out of the fluff.
Are you sure? Do you need to make a save to want to leave?
Possibly. No, I know I need to go up top because I want to see where we are going, and I can't see from in the fluff.
So you managed to pull yourself away. I'm gonna say that everyone else is climbing in too.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go up top now.
All right.
So this
As
is
you get
alright.
up there, the pilot says, "So there are some straps you're gonna want to fasten yourselves. I can't say that it's a rough ride, but it's definitely not going to be a gentle one." Everybody all good?
Yep, I tie myself in and watch Mirra
Alright.
struggle.
I do my best. Takes a hot minute, but I'll get there eventually.
And not long after telling him that he's good to go, he makes some gestures with the reins that he has, and the giant bird starts to stretch out, flaps its wings a little bit, which really shakes where you guys are sitting. And just like that. And just up into the air you go. Everything gets small really quick.
Lilith! Lilith, it's more fun if you put your hands in the air!
I'm like clasping at the reins or the rope fasten.
It's more fun if you put your hands in the air!
I'm looking over the edge.
It will not stop.
We've never been this.
How dare you tell it to stop? Oh.
So you're looking over the edge, and because of where Valona is stationed at, like on its cliffside, like it's literally all crystal blue ocean. Other than, Valona slowly disappearing into the background. And I'd say at this point we're still at it's still before midday, so I'd say it's roughly 8 a.m. if you were to translate the time.
Got you.
And unfortunately, nothing about this is magical, so the wind is really doing a number
Yeah, on everyone.
on your faces.
My poor hair.
My hair is flying everywhere.
Very much so.
I should put a
Very,
wig
very
onto
much
it.
so.
Not as much fun. Still kind of fun.
It's beautiful.
It's still kind of fun.
I said, if there's nothing to really be said, I'm going to leave that up to you guys.
No.
I'm just going to fast forward to where you guys actually make it to the island.
Okay, you can go ahead.
Okay. Eventually, maybe 4-ish hours have passed, maybe 5. And you guys start to see the island coming up on the horizon. And the pilot leans back behind him. That's where we're landing!
Where?
And he doesn't say anything, but he points.
What do we see? Is it like...
Well, right now it's still in the distance, but you just see this, I guess, tan and green blotch, like, coming up.
Got you.
I feel like a bad person. Sounds good.
Yeah,
I thought it was sunken this whole time.
The ship is sunken. The goods that were on the ship washed upon the shore, and that's what we're going to get.
Sounds good.
Incorrect.
The ship is on
washed
shore?
I guess you could say the ship's corpse
What,
is
are
on
the
shore.
goods at the bottom of the ocean?
It's in dangerous territory on the island.
That's to be seen. They don't know what has washed up on shore and what has sunk, because no one's been able to actually go and assess what everything is or where everything is.
Okay,
All I know is
I remember.
from reconnaissance, just flying around, there's a lot of monsters, and the ship is washed up on the shore in pieces.
Breya, it's more fun if you could do like this.
You're still saying that after 5 hours?
I can't feel my arms.
Alright. You begin to feel the giant bird begin its descent as it kind of tilts at an angle.
Forgot to open D&D Beyond.
Whee!
And it's kind of nauseating to not be really used to the feeling of altitude suddenly dropping. You actually feel yourselves being picked up into, like, as the bird is going down, all of you are rising upwards. Like, you can feel the belts gripping you onto the seat, and all your organs are also going up.
Oh my god, I have my eyes closed.
So I imagine for a bunch of people not used to it, it probably isn't a pleasant feeling. And it begins to dive bomb even faster and faster, and it's kind of going really fast. Like, are you guys supposed to be going this fast?
My screams of joy turn to screams of joyous terror, and then just terror.
As he is gonna stop, right? Right? All of a sudden, as he starts to reach that point of no return, the bird just kicks backward. You just and everybody just kind of goes flying in their seats back and forth, almost hitting each other from all the flailing. And then the bird just lands gracefully.
Woo!
Erp.
Yay! We made it! Whew. That was exciting.
I don't want to do that again.
I'll get better the more we do it.
Not for a little while. I'm gonna look over the edge again.
Thought it was Mitchell for a second.
As everybody begins to make their way off of the giant bird, you guys start to take in the environment around you. Just even as soon as you land on the ground, just the finest white sand, super soft. A gentle breeze that blows through, not too hot, not too cold, just right. And the sun just peeking over, lighting up the crystal clear, almost glass-like ocean. And the lush green tropics of the area as far as the eye can see from where you're at.
I'm gonna look to the pilot.
Ugh. That was a little bit rougher than usual, sorry.
It was terrifying, but thank you for getting us here safe.
So you think it's terrifying? This thing could eat me anytime it chooses.
Oh my god, I take a few steps back.
My way toward, like, away and further on to land.
I immediately dive back into its feathers.
Oh my god, land.
I immediately
Aurora just jumps off and like Superman poses as she hits the ground.
So what's this place called anyways?
Doesn't have a name.
Death Crater Island.
But as you'll get a chance to hear from the merchant who's here, the locals are making this a little bit troublesome as well.
Locals?
Yeah. Go figure, there's a tribe of Wood Elves here.
Oh.
I mean, are they Wood Elves or Beach Elves? Is there such thing as a Beach Elf? I don't know.
Should bring them a gift.
Well,
that's what I was thinking.
To see.
But in any case, yeah, you guys have a lot of work to do and not so much time to do it, so I would recommend not wasting too much time. Oh. But I'm a pilot, what the hell do I know?
Maybe the Beach Wood Elves know something and we should bring them a gift.
Oh, I have some things that work as gifts.
We need to meet with the merchant first.
But in any case, young... Well, I guess I can't call you cadets anymore. But, elites, good luck. I'll be back to pick you up in 5 days, regardless if you succeed or not. So, take care.
Thank you,
so
Mr.
which
Pilot.
way from here?
Oh, good question. And he points down the east, like if you were to look at the two If you were to follow the beach to the west or to the east, he's pointing to the east.
Okay.
All right.
Bye,
See you
Mr.
in
Pilot.
12 days.
Fly safe.
Unfortunately, some of you are really close and the sand gets blasted in your face.
I run around and try and
Yeah,
get it
we're
all
into
out of
the
my
beach.
hair, and it's not gonna work. I'm just gonna have sand everywhere.
Pedi,
Yes.
Lilith, Jimmy. No, I'm not gonna say you have to roll it. You notice that after everything's gone and done, there's a what looks to be like a just pile of stuff sitting at the edge of the ocean.
Poop.
I go check it out.
It's from the griffin. Yep.
You see, everybody sees Lilith start to move over, and it. I mean, you don't have to get too close before you realize what it is. It's like a backpack and gear and all that stuff. Like, this is kind of like stuff that you guys have.
I let
Did
her.
someone fall off the bird? I turn around and start counting people.
Say that one more time.
She starts
Did
taking
someone
roll
fall
calls.
off? I'm gonna start counting people.
Oh. Now, 1, 2, 3. Alessandra's still there. Her hair is like all. The one's graceful, straight, silky hair is just like.
I'm currently working on my own hair. I'm never gonna
Indeed.
get all the sand out.
She begins to like re-garment herself. Like she had to put all of her stuff away, like her vestments, because that stuff blows away. So
Yeah.
she's straightening her hair and putting on the ceremonial stuff she once had on because she had to take it off. But yeah, it looks like a satchel of adventuring gear.
All right, I'll pick them up. Are they wet? Are they?
Oh, they're dry.
Okay.
What is it?
I'll take it up. I'll check the satchels. It seems to be just gear.
I'm gonna look
Adventuring
around
gear.
to see if I see someone it might belong to, like in the water.
Yeah, so while you guys are looking around, you see me walking out of the water. And I'm like covered in seaweed and like starfish and stuff. As if I've been in the water for a long time. Hi!
Hello. Is the water nice?
I mean, it's not bad.
Mm.
Can't complain.
Beach
Good
party! I'm right into the water. And then I run
can
back
tell
out.
He's clearly a Warforged, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's clearly a Warforged.
I mean,
he
I
doesn't.
don't know.
He doesn't know how nice the water is, which is why I run in and immediately run back out.
I don't know how many of you have associated with Warforged, but he looks very similar to the bartender at your favorite place.
Say the bartender's a Warforged.
Correct.
I'm gonna take a few steps back. I know how everyone's chill about this, but now you see my hand in my cloak, and
It's up
Who
to
are
your
you?
characters. Mirra's probably the most chill when it comes to different races.
I'm used to it.
I'm like, who are you and where did you come from?
I'm
You
running
deal with
around
a
in the
lot of
shallows.
people.
I am
the
Shrike.
past
I
world.
came from the water.
I like
I don't know. I woke up a while ago and I'm looking for my creator. So I'm just kind of wandering.
What does your creator look like?
One question. I don't know.
Fair.
That's sad. Were you alone?
I mean, I've had the fish. Not that I can talk to them.
Well,
Don't
Mr.
speak.
Shrike,
Even
I'm
trying
Mirra.
to get out of the water.
But the
It was
fish are in
easier
the
to-
water.
If I went at the surface, yes, I could see things, but because I don't need to breathe or sleep or eat proper food, I could just walk at the bottom.
That's handy.
How long have you been walking?
I lost track. It's not because you can't see the light at the bottom. You can't tell when the sun is up and when it's gone.
Yeah.
But if
Do you
you're
know where you
so
are
deep
now?
that you can't see the sun, wouldn't you be like crushed?
I mean,
Have you
My
been that deep
cousin Billy
underwater?
tried to dive really deep in a river, and he got a bit down, and then his ears exploded.
Oh.
That's
He wanted to
intense.
be the best halfling diver.
Yes, water pressure is a thing, but I don't think it affects people like him.
But
Am I right?
even
Yeah, I'm
if
kinda
he's
special.
not made out of flesh,
I'm kind of
I've
special. I'm
seen
not fleshy.
big people bend metal before. Aurora could probably bend a dagger in half.
Well, that's a dagger.
I'm gonna slide a
Aurora.
dagger towards Aurora to prove my point. If only she was here.
She's here in spirit.
Give me a second. I can do this. God damn.
Does she fucking bend the dagger in half?
Absolutely.
Oh,
my
jeez.
god, I want to be just like her.
Like, it wasn't even effort. Like,
Breya, what if we needed that
obviously-
dagger?
Obviously, it requires her to flex muscles to bend it, but, like, there was no grunt. There was no, like, it was just like, and it's bent.
Can she bend it back into shape?
She
More dagger.
tries, and now the dagger's just, like, wavy.
It's a new type of dagger. It's fine. It can still stab people.
I mean, I guess you can call it a crisp knife.
Breya, you should know what happens when you give things to Aurora to bend. And Aurora, just because people hand you things to
Hey,
bend doesn't
if I
mean
was
you
the
need to bend
chaotic
all the
person-
things.
Or evil,
Alright.
I would just stab you with it to prove that it's still stabbable.
And you said your name
Yay.
was
My name is Shrike.
Shrike.
Shrek. I believe it's pronounced Shrek.
Please don't. I don't want
Alright,
that name
Shrike.
in here. It's gonna be awful.
What's wrong with Shrek?
I don't like it.
You don't like Shrek?
No, I do not.
Oh.
You
I
would
know.
not like my ogre barbarian I have on
Okay,
one of my
this
campaigns.
Oh, gross.
Now,
I'll turn
just
into
to
a
make
PvP.
sure, is this character name based off, like, the actual bird?
It was actually based off the character from Mortal Engines.
Oh yeah, you said that. I still haven't watched it. Dang it. I was gonna do that. I said I was gonna do it and I didn't do it. I'm sorry. I lied. I will do it eventually.
Alright. But Shrike, you said you had nowhere to go right now? No specific destination in mind?
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Shrike, I have a very important question for you. I'm only like just over 5 feet tall, so I'm like looking way up at you.
Yeah, because I'm 8 foot.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Paylor.
Paylor.
Very important question for you.
I might have an answer.
Okay. Are you nice and like helping people and like making friends?
I mean, I don't know how nice I would be. I can't really categorize myself, but like, I don't mind helping people. And friends are always nice, right?
Hi
Do
there,
you
I'm Mirra. Let's
impale-
be friends.
Do you impale your prey?
No.
Okay, good.
I
Had
make
to,
them
had to
disappear
check
another
in about
method.
the name.
I'm gonna toss the gear at his feet, so I'm guessing this is yours.
Don't toss it at his feet. It's still in the water.
And
This would be valuable.
just like
And it
that,
floats away.
in the salt water it goes.
That's fine. Oh, like there's food in there.
Lilith, why do you have food if you don't eat?
I think that's why he said it's not like there's food in there.
Oh, I thought you said there's food in there.
No, there's no food in there.
Oh. Sorry.
Alright, Shrike.
Oh, we're good.
Okay.
It's fine.
Do you know who your creators, like, what their name is?
I forget that too.
Do you know anything
The-
about them?
This is going to be a long search because I know nothing.
That's fair.
Have you considered changing your goal?
You know, I like him. He's pretty straightforward.
But if you can't remember it, like, why not just, like, make up a new goal for yourself? How are you ever going to find them if you don't know anything about them?
Step by step.
It's like this. I woke up and I was alone. So I was like, you know what? I need to find my creator. And I haven't, really done anything or met anyone before that would require me to change that goal.
Yeah, no, I'm not requiring. I'm just wondering about, like...
I just mean, like, there's been nothing to cause me to need, like, to change my goal. Like, there's not been, like, oh, you should join this group of adventuring goblins that are going to attack villages. Like, there's been nothing like that. I've been underwater for a while.
And you've never felt, like, a bit hopeless about it?
Wow.
In the many days that you've been traveling.
Yeah, that's a bit personal.
Oh, sorry, that is a bit personal. I was just curious. I've never met someone who couldn't remember who made them.
If you guys want to have TaleSpire up so that we can have the ambience.
I remember who made me.
Your parents?
Yep, my parents.
I don't have parents in the classic sense.
True, but you have a parent in the not classic design sense.
Oh.
That's true. That is true. But, I had a period of blackness where I think I was inactive. And then I, woke up because I could know things again. And it wasn't, my normal inaction where I could, still
Hold on.
tell.
What do you last remember, major event-wise? What was the biggest thing that happened last time you were awake?
There was a war going on?
Well, it could be anywhere from 100 years ago, or 20 years ago, or even just a year ago.
Anybody that wants to take a swing at that, that's a history check.
I'm no longer paying attention because this has gone on for far too long. I am now trying to collect seashells.
Know if I have history. I don't. In fact, I have a -1 in history.
I'll go ahead and make a history check.
Okay.
And I got a 12.
Good job. Better than the rest of us.
I'll make one with my -1.
Unlike your compatriots, you actually paid attention in history class.
I got an 8.
You feel confident that if you ask which one he's referring to, you can probably what's the word?
Narrow it down.
Yes.
But that's 3 words.
Fair enough.
I'm collecting seashells because I'm bored.
I'm just gonna pause and put a pin in it. Alright. Shrike, you can join us if you want. We gotta head east. Come on, guys.
Sure, I'll come along.
Wait, you're good at walking on the bottom floor of the ocean. That might come in handy.
Yeah.
I don't want my ears to explode like my
Don't forget your stuff.
No, I've picked up the bag that fell in the water and
the waterlogged bag.
So
Rude.
The very fair lady in, I guess you can say, in very what's the word I'm looking for?
Regal.
It's not regal, but
Holy.
it's own. I guess you could say it's peach colored. Her robes are very very light orange, very
pastel peach,
like cream soda, orange cream soda kind of color.
Okay.
But she walks up and starts pulling off the seaweed and stuff off of Shrike.
I was just gonna leave it on. I thought it looked good on him. And maybe it'll dry in the sun and we could eat it later.
I'll eat seaweed.
You hear her say, I wouldn't recommend eating these.
No. Okay.
Be very salty.
But I heard some people eat dried seaweed.
Yes. I was more referring to the starfish.
You can't eat them?
I wouldn't recommend it.
Oh. Okay.
You see Lilith has taken off her boots and is just walking along the beach.
I'd say this is
Her
your
boobs.
cup of tea. So Lilith grew up on places like this.
I am done collecting seashells, and I'm now mad that it is sandy and the sand is everywhere, and I don't like it.
It really is, and it doesn't help your armor
I
one
don't
bit.
like it.
I hate
I
sand,
like
of
the
course,
sand.
and it
It's
gets
court.
everywhere.
It gets everywhere.
It gets
And it
everywhere. I
doesn't-
hate it.
And it also doesn't help that you ran into the water, the shallow part of the water, in your metal armor,
Oh my god.
which through your training you realize is very bad for its long-term use.
I take.
She switches out gear every mission. Don't worry.
I take one of my greaves off and wipe it down, and then like hop on one leg and put it back on, then take the other one off. And it's gonna be a process, you guys.
You're probably better off just in your mind leaving them off and just letting them hang upside down from your backpack.
I like that.
Just walk barefoot from there on out.
But the sand, I hate it.
And I think Breya, being a halfling, she naturally walks barefoot anyway, but that's up to you.
Yeah, most of the time she walks barefoot, unless some places like really rocky. Then sometimes she'll put something on her feet.
For lava.
Lava.
Alright. It doesn't really take you that long as you walk down the east. Or, I can't say east, because you don't know if it's east or west.
I
But
definitely don't know.
let's say right. You go right and follow the coastline. And this place is beautiful, and it's surprisingly untouched. Usually places like this nowadays are really, really popular, usually tourist attractions for the wealthy. Like little islands like these that are kind of secluded from the world that are just nice. But there's nobody here. But eventually you do see a fairly large setup of tents with one large tent coming up. I'd say it's about 1 p.m. ish at the moment.
Alright. And do we have a paper with the details on it? Or what we saw on the board?
Pretty sure
No.
you.
No? Okay.
Pretty sure we took it with us.
Unless
I
one of
took
you,
it to show you.
if
but-
one of you decide to keep, no, you turned it in to the guy,
Mhm.
so he
Oh
could.
yeah, we took both. Got it.
So they've already. You don't need it, as he said, because they're already communicating with said merchant.
Good.
But just having your words straight as far as who you are might prove valuable.
Alright.
What did we name ourselves again?
We didn't.
Oh no.
Yeah, we did.
We had to
We
put something
did.
down.
We
did?
did name ourselves.
Yeah, we did.
What did we put down?
And it was something silly.
It was
Hold
something
on.
you chose it.
I was
I
about
know
to
I
say,
killed it, and it was something silly. Hold on, let me think. What was it? I can't
Alone and
remember.
Valors.
Oh,
I think.
probably.
What was it?
Alone and Valors or
I
something like
didn't
that.
Write it down.
I don't remember.
Josh!
The valid something. Probably something to do with the valedictorians. I like Valon and Valors.
Jenny, who's Josh?
What's the name?
I'm gonna say it's Valon and Valors. It's written down.
But I want to know what Josh says it is.
To
Josh.
be totally honest,
You forgot.
I'm actually drawing a blank, and I usually remember this
This
stuff.
was a few
I
weeks
couldn't
ago.
remember it.
Remember
I
we
really
did my
think
one
it
shot
was
last
the
week.
Balone and
It is
Valors.
a few weeks.
I think
That
I'm gonna say it's the
sounds
Valon and
absolutely
Valors.
correct to me.
Because I was
Because
trying to
I
do
know
something
we were
with the
going off the idea
valedictorians.
of valedictorian.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright. I'll make my way up there. To the tent.
Making my way down.
Is Shrike doing anything in particular this whole time, or?
Nah, I'm just following the group.
Okay. As you guys start to get closer, you see that the mood of the place kind of shifts. Because before you were just kind of enjoying paradise, but once you start getting closer to this merchant tent, you see that the individuals in this camp are, for the lack of the better word, a rough crowd. These do not look like guards or even professional hires. They very much look like the questionable group of individuals you hire onto your service.
Are we working with pirates?
Yep.
If I were to respond to that, you would have no problem saying that any of them look like a pirate.
Okay.
I stroll on up.
Yeah, I'm strolling.
I look around
have
and
kind of like a
I
smile
lean
on
in
my
close
face.
to Lilith and I'm like, does Valona make a habit of making deals with vagabonds?
No idea, but we're gonna find out.
They're not hobos.
You have
Not what a vagabond
been-
is.
You have been thoroughly trained in the ways of Valonan etiquette. Valona has a no tolerance to pirates, terrorists, slavers.
See, that's what I thought.
I'm taking note of this for later.
As she doesn't write anything down.
Nope. I'm referring to Mirra putting it in her brain meat.
Why
Gotcha.
take a note when you can, just memorize it with your paws?
Hey, what's our name again?
Oh no, where are my
Blood and
paws? Oh
I'm just
no!
making fun of us.
Oh, they're so far away. They're over there.
Stress.
I'm gonna make my way to the larger tent.
I feel naked without my paws.
As I'm assuming you guys stopped at like the outer edge, and Lilith just kept going straight.
Mm-hmm.
Is anybody
I'm
else
following
just going?
right behind.
Oh, okay. Is that everybody too, or?
I'm gonna follow, but keep an eye out for what's going on around us. I'm a little unsure that we're in the wrong place.
Sure. Shrike?
I'm gonna just follow in.
Okie dokie.
I
So-
am nodding to if people look at me, I'm like, yeah.
Mirra, you hear just an occasional chuckle. You don't really take it in, but you definitely don't feel welcome. Breya? Something is definitely up.
I don't think we're in the right place.
Well, given just what is that stuff? Spam caller. Anyways, given just the head on your shoulders that you have, you're not quite entirely sure what it is that's off. But these people are definitely eyeballing you guys like meat, not like newcomers. Lilith, you're starting to get to the front entrance of that tent, and there is a very muscular individual standing in the way.
I'll
I'm
stop
gonna
in front
ask
of them.
Aurora to be as intimidating as possible.
He's not as tall as our friend Shrike. He's about 6 feet and some change.
How tall is
But-
Shrike?
8 foot.
Hey,
Jeez.
But he's more, if I recall correctly, he's more lanky.
Yeah, I'm not built very wide.
You have to really crane your neck to look at me.
Yeah, you're about half his height, aren't you?
I think a little less. I thought I was 3'8".
So, you
I'm like
really
5'4",
have to look down.
5'5".
But this gentleman in the front is very dark suntan skin, very hairy forearms, and a raggedy black beard, and his top of his head shaved, literally covered in all sorts of nonsensical tattoos, nothing artistic, so to speak, mainly like skulls.
Guys, it's
Yeah.
Blackbeard, the legendary pirate.
And while he has very large hands, forearms, biceps, pectorals, he has I guess, a keg gut.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have
belly.
I have my hands in my cloak, but I walk up to him.
Boy, what the hell are you doing here?
Oi, we're representatives of Alona. We're looking
Piss
for
off!
the merchant. Interesting.
I think he's the right guy.
We were specifically requested, and I don't think your boss is gonna like it when he finds out you turned away his help.
You know my boss better than I do, eh?
Well, seeing as
Piss
he's...
off!
Huh. Alright. What is your name, sir?
He's
By the
just
look of
giving
it.
you a glare like, I'm not telling you shit.
Oh,
By the look of
excuse
it, I would
me,
think-
Mr. Bossman!
Oh.
Your visitors have arrived! And your doorman is being extremely rude!
You're starting to test my patience, you little shit.
Oh god, that hurt my eyes.
Alright, that's it. Gentlemen! You see the group of individuals start to close around all of you. Some are drawing knives and kind of playing with it, like one has it digging into his fingertip, tip of the knife with his finger. Another one's just kind of twirling it in his fingers. They're like letting their tongues hang out, like, I don't know, that's more gross than intimidating, I guess.
They're just looking crazed.
Yes.
Okay.
A quick assessment, that's about 10.
Alright, only 10.
Only.
Level 1, thanks for the shit.
We're gonna die.
Alright.
Last chance before I get upset.
Okay. We'll back off. Come on. I'll start walking to the right.
He crosses his arms and just watches as you leave.
Am I a good deal shorter than him? Could I just like duck behind a barrel and not really be noticed?
You can give it a shot.
Okay, I want to duck behind a barrel and not be noticed.
This is going to be a stealth check. I'm going to say a lot of the focus is on Mirra, because, well, Mirra being Mirra, and she's
I
pink.
got only a 10.
Seems to be good enough. No one seems to be paying attention.
Okay, can I tuck myself into like a corner where I might be able to listen?
I mean, the barrel or crate in this specific manner is literally right next to the tent, to the right of the large gentleman.
Alright, so I'm just gonna stay here.
So, you know that this tent isn't like really nailed down entirely either. Like, you could totally go under that flap.
Do it.
And on top of that, the crate you're hiding behind, it looks like it was in the water. Like, it's completely, like, starting to rot.
Yeah, I'll crawl under the tent flap.
Alright. But before we continue that, what are the rest of you doing?
I will follow Lilith.
I took a right and tried to push my way through the crowd gathering around us.
Is it just like a tap, or are you like shoving people?
Kind of shoving people, just pushing off and continuing.
So Lilith
Excuse us, pardon us, we were asked to leave. If you could make way, please. Thank you very much.
the first skinny guy you come up to that's trying to be all crazy, you just kind of strong arm him out of the way, and he loses his balance and falls on his ass.
Oh no, are you okay? Do you need some help?
Mirra, come here.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
He just looks a little bit dumbfounded by because you knocked him over in a mean sense, and then immediately it's like, "Are you home?" His brain doesn't seem to be processing that very well.
Come on.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna take note of where everyone is. What's Aurora doing?
Flexing.
Yeah. JoJo pose in the middle.
Seems to be just staring down the large dude still.
Alright.
Oh no.
Yeah, oh no.
You made the best choice. Like, I'm mad about how in character that was. You're not making this easy on us.
Nope.
Nope.
You got a problem?
Aurora, come
Mirra.
on.
Mirra,
You
remember a long time ago, the chef?
Yeah.
Alright. Stay here. Make sure they don't see me.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna put hood up and kind of just use the tents and crates around me to my advantage and try to get into the tent.
You guys don't look so good. Have you been getting enough fruit? You know, I heard that scurry is caused by not having enough fruit. And it looks like some of you could really eat some more. Like that guy that fell down. Pretty sure if you would have eaten some more, you wouldn't be that skinny and been able to knock down that fast. And that was very good. Oh no.
Like, we even call this performance rambling?
Yeah.
Roll for rambling.
Roll for rambling.
Persuasion is to try and convince somebody about the truth. Deception is trying to convince somebody that something untrue is true. Intimidation is to try to provoke an action out of somebody using a threat of violence or harm. And performance is literally as it is. You're trying to get the attention of those around you by acting in any fashion you feel that would cause them to do so.
Right, of course, but here's my question though. Performances usually have names, so is this roll for ramble?
I gotcha. I thought you were asking why it was performance.
No, I was just wondering, what do we call it?
Yep, it's a roll for I think ramble is accurate.
Yeah, roll for ramble.
Roll for ramble. Ramble is a and then plus 2, so 16 total.
They're all looking at each other, but they're completely engrossed in whatever the hell you're talking about.
You guys really need to eat more. I mean, look at your skin complexion. Are you getting enough vitamin C? They're not feeding you very well.
And yeah, if you like walk up and start touching, like you lift their arm and you're like, "Look," and they just let you. They're not like pulling back or anything. They're just like kind of listening to every word that you're saying. We need to eat more fruit, yeah?
Exactly. See, now you're getting it.
We keep telling them we need more than just meat, but they don't give us any.
See, you would normally think that meat is nice, it's good, it's strong, it's protein. But see, that's why a lot of...
You hear a large bang behind, or nearby. At this point, I think Shrike is the only one still close enough to really be paying attention. It seems Aurora has started a arm wrestling contest with the large man.
Oh my god.
Oh, accurate, it's painful.
Yeah.
Where is Mitchell when he is getting back from doctor?
It's so accurate. It hurts.
I'm dumbfounded, but that's funny. I'll make my way to the tent though.
Okay, you're going to the tent, you're ducking in the tent. Ghost Mitchell / Aurora is in an arm wrestling competition.
Oh no.
Alright, that's a good enough roll for now. Back to
And
Breya.
Mr. Shrike is just standing there very confused.
He's just taking all the madness in one go.
It's what we do best, madness.
Is there anything Shrike wants to do at the moment before I go to Breya?
I'm just kind of like trying to figure out what's going on because it was like a spur of the moment, like we can't do anything and we're doing everything.
Yeah.
That's kind
And
of
now I'm
what
just
we
kind of
do.
like, what is going on?
Yeah, that's what we do.
Who actually noticed Breya slip away? I would like to know who has my back.
I'm slipping away too.
Well,
If I roll for it.
let's see. What is everybody's passive perception?
20.
12.
Aurora did not. She only has a 9.
That makes sense, you know what? I don't think Aurora would notice.
My ear probably
Aurora's too
twitched if
busy
you
trying
made
to
some
fight
sound.
people.
And it's not that they noticed, like, specific... They just kind of saw you go that way, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So they have a general idea of where you ran off to, but not, like, what you specifically did.
That's fine. As long as they know that I was up to something and could feasibly have my back if I screamed.
I also need a stealth check from Lilith, too. My apologies.
Deal?
Believe
Wow.
the man said he needed a stealth
Wow.
check.
Oh, I heard. I rolled a 1 plus 7, but still a 1.
Are those your watermelon dice?
No, it's D&D Beyond.
Oh.
Wait, question. In Pathfinder, for skills, there's no such thing as, like, an automatic fail or an automatic pass with 1 or 20. Does
Correct.
that work differently here?
Yes, 1 does not mean you fail.
Okay.
And 20 does not mean you succeed as far as skill checks.
Yeah, skill check specifically.
It's just saying you rolled a 1 just gives you so much weight, and saying you rolled a 20, it does as well. Even though, if you have like a +5 to pick locks, you could get a 25, but the lock may be a difficulty of 30. So rolling a natural 20 doesn't mean you automatically bust open the lock, but it's still cool that, hey, I rolled a 20. And our lovely Lilith is getting the ones out of the way.
But also, if something is impossible, I would tell you that there's no way to do it, instead of making you roll and then you getting a 29 and still saying no.
Exactly. He'd tell you, oh, that lock is it's way beyond you. Even if you rolled a 20, you're not going to get it.
Okay.
Because rolling a 20 might help you understand it, but you definitely wouldn't break through it.
Yeah, it's going to take a while.
But, the moment you go to, I guess, hide, Lilith, you immediately, like, soccer punt a barrel and it falls over, and there's just all sorts of noise and stuff falling out of it. And not completely, because they're actually pretty captivated by Mirra. But for a moment, they all do look at you to see what you're doing.
And then I just act nonchalant and go.
I said, you don't seem to be doing anything, like, terrible, so they just go back to listening. Go on.
Did any of those barrels have pickles or something in them? See, there's a reason why your parents or caretakers, just want to throw that out there, or caretakers, anyone who cared for you, said you have to eat your vegetables. It's the roughage. See, you right there, you with the tummy. That's not all the tummy. That can be water weight, and that can be bloating, and that's going to really upset your digestion and not make you as strong.
We just got meat.
We'll
all
see
the
what we
stuff
can-
that's here is the stuff that washed from shore from the ship. And then one of them goes and nudges him in the side. Boy, you're not supposed to talk about that.
We already knew that stuff washed up.
Oh. Okay.
Did you check
Let me
any
cut
of
that
them
off.
for like pickles or oranges? I
I'll
wonder if
get
there's
back
any
to that.
coconuts. Yeah, I'm just gonna continue.
So,
now switching over to
Breya,
coconuts and berries.
coconuts.
Yeah.
You have slid under this tent. Now I'm gonna say that again. You have a decent head on your shoulders, so you kind of peek under the flat first. Not like just throw yourself in and then assess what's going on. So I'm imagining you're peeking under and looking around.
Yes.
There seems to be a shorter individual lounging in what seems to be to us, it would be a very large beanbag, but to you, it's just this large
Massive.
round cushion.
Okay, question. Does he look like a pirate?
No, he definitely looks like a merchant.
Okay.
As far as what his attire is, his hair is somewhat scraggly and whitish gray. No facial hair. Very, very short in stature, even smaller than the halflings that you associated with as your kin. But just, you can tell that he's covered in like really, really extravagant, expensive robes, and he has jewelry hanging around his neck, and on all of his fingers, there's like 2 rings on almost every finger and thumb. Like, the dude is definitely loaded.
Quick question. Does he look like he's been tied up?
Nope. He's
Okay,
just he's basically, like I said, imagine a beanbag and imagine that you just fell backwards onto your back. So you have 2 arms hanging off the side and the legs hanging out. Like, he's just laying in the exact middle of this giant round cushion. He looks
Okay.
like he's sleeping.
I want to crawl in, but I want to continue to wait because I'm kind of hoping that Lilith or someone else might be able to sneak in.
Okay.
So I'm going to crawl in, but I'm going to tuck myself to the side. So if he suddenly wakes up, he won't really see me right away.
For this, I'm going to have you roll another stealth check.
That's okay. Not 20.
Woo!
Woo!
Like, right away, you see that, I guess it's, how do I put it? It's like somebody set up a drape next to, have you ever seen those like accordion walls that,
Yeah.
where you can change your clothes behind?
They're called privacy screens.
Yeah, but it's kind of like jagged because it's collapsible. So
Yeah.
it's extended out a certain length, and then there's actually like a drape that goes down to cover the entrance.
Okay.
But it looks like they had more drape than they accounted for. So the extra drape is kind of like tied off onto the side of the tent. And the first thing in your mind is like, they might wander into the dressing area, but who would check behind the extra drape that they just have tied off? So you just dart behind that and kind of wrap up in it.
Sounds good.
Is that all for now?
Yep.
Alright.
I want to see if I get back up before I do anything.
Okie dokie. Well, Shrike.
Because I know people are a hell of a lot stealthier than I am, so.
Well, it pays to be less than 4 feet tall. It helps out a lot.
It does.
I mean, it's kind of hard to hide when you're 8 feet tall.
Very true. And I love playing hide and seek with.
I want to tie some branches to Shrike and make him a tree.
Oh.
Then he could just stand still. Perfect camouflage.
But back to Shrike.
Yeah, I'll take the branches.
Well,
right now you're standing in the middle of a group of people, so.
You see the very muscular orc lady arm wrestling this dude, and it's pretty damn even, surprisingly. You heard all the commotion with the barrel, and you see Mirra just talking these people's ear off, and they're all for it. All that animosity that was there is like all gone. She has her like own top group going over the mob of individuals. Like, you're literally standing all by yourself, and no one is looking at you or paying attention to what you're doing.
And I'm just kind of like,
Just happened. Who are these people?
I'm just gonna like hang out near Mirra, but like slowly inch my way in, kind of thing. So it's like I'm part of the group, but slowly becoming not part of the group.
This is the scene that I imagine. So Mirra's talking, and all of a sudden you just see just slide foot, pull the rest of the body in.
I also picture him just grabbing like a pirate's hat and putting it on.
Wait, where did you get
Just like
that?
sitting on a barrel.
But he just slow, and the people are listening to Mirra, but they're being distracted. Their eyes keep darting over at this 8-foot tall thing that's slowly moving behind Mirra. Is that all you're doing for now?
Yeah, for now.
Okay. Lilith?
Regardless of what's happening, I'm just gonna make my way under the flap and into the tent.
Okay. Now, being a little bit more bold as I imagine Lilith is, you literally just go right under the flap into the room. So now you're just standing out in the open.
Is it just him in here?
Yeah.
And he's
You
asleep?
just see this very small man, what seems to be power napping on this giant round cushion.
Can I walk up to him without waking him up?
I would ask for another stealth check,
How
please.
stealthy you are.
Alright.
Actually, wait, what was your modifier?
+7.
Yeah, never mind. You can't fail. Any case, go for it. So you walk up for it,
Alright.
or walk up to him.
And looking at him and around him, you said he's wearing a bunch of jewelry. Does he have anything around him, like paperwork?
Everything on this man, the robes, the cloth, the necklaces, the rings, looks extremely valuable. We're talking, if you were to take a rough guess of, like, if you took everything off this dude to sell it, you could probably get at least 500 gold pieces.
Interesting. Alright, he's asleep in front of me. I kinda like his rings. Just a random thought. But, here, could I try to sleight of hand, take off one ring?
One.
Yeah, just one.
Which one? He's got 2 thumbs and 8 fingers.
Oh my god, I might go for a thumb.
I mean, are you looking for a specific, like, are you trying to find the one that looks most valuable? Or are you trying to...
One that
Or
would
you
fit
just
me
like
one.
eeny, miny, miny, mo and just grab one at random?
I'll do eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Okay.
I'm taking a ring for a treble.
Let's say percentile dice. $92. You kind of... Well, first we have to do that. What's your stealth or sleight of hand check?
Here, let me
You guys
Let me
like
roll it.
my thought
Yes.
I
process?
did
I
like
was
that very
distracted by
much.
Okay, sleight of hand. Come on, big money, no whammies. 17.
So you kind of do a quick evaluation of his fingers, and you notice one that kind of sticks out from the rest. That definitely looks like platinum, and that definitely looks like a diamond.
Would be the one he notices is missing first, though.
No. Oh well.
Well, it's not on his hand anymore, so who knows?
Alright. And I'm going to gently tap him awake. Hello? Hey, shh.
Oh.
It's okay. You called for us?
How did you get in here?
That's beside us. Alright. You called for us to help you with your problem, right?
How did you get past... Wait,
Yes.
are you the elites?
We are the elites. My name is Lilith. I put my hand
Wonderful.
out.
Yes, let me get myself together.
Okay.
and he struggles to get off the cushion that's easily 4 times bigger than him.
Have you ever tried getting out of one of those giant beanbag chairs?
Oh yeah, you have to
I have
struggle.
one in my living room. It's a pain in the ass, but I love it.
It's like a nest. I love it, but you're gonna die in there. Like, good luck. Like, better have everything within reach. You're not getting out.
I want to remain hidden while Lilith is talking, just in case this guy suddenly is like, capture, and Lilith gets jumped.
Okay.
Oh, stab a bitch. Alright,
I mean, that way I can have the element of surprise when helping you.
You're right. The backpack of surprise.
But
I'm a backpack.
in any case, he gets himself, situated, and he brings you over to his table that's literally covered in documents and...
Damn, I wish I saw that before. Okay, continue.
It's just cluttered in things like the ink pen, seals, documents, all sorts of stuff. It doesn't really... Nothing really stands out, like, out of a quick glance. As he jumbles through it and stuff or whatever, like, yes. This is our contract. And he pushes everything out of the way and he sets it right on the table. With your signature here, I will entrust you to bring back the one thing that I need from the ship, and that I forsake anything else that the ship might have lost when it got washed ashore.
Alright. Give
To
me a
break
minute.
this contract would put Valona in my debt.
I see. I'm gonna take the contract and read it over to make sure that's actually what it says.
Yeah? Verbatim. There's nothing... What's the word? There's nothing sneaky about it. It's very straightforward.
Does it say what the item is?
Nope.
And I'm guessing you won't disclose what that item is until I sign it. Am I right?
I would rather you sign first, that way I know that you're going to give it back to me. Rather than tell you and then you just go and get it yourself without me receiving it in the end.
Fine by me. Do you have a pen?
Right here. All you have to do...
Well, as long as I'm not selling my soul. I roll and I write my name.
Don't...
All you have to do is use this magical ink right here, and he pulls up the inkwell.
Are you ready?
Are you ready? Oh my god, I want to now. Love that
That's
movie.
what
Dun, 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 dun.
But, is that all you have to use is magic ink, which will, force you to write your actual name.
That sounds dangerous.
Do I believe him?
Are you want to
Insight.
assess what he's telling you?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Insight.
Alrighty. 8.
Breya, you're listening in.
I will incite it.
Ooh!
You have no idea what it is, but your bullshit radar is going off the charts.
Breya,
I'm gonna step out from behind the barrels and be like, yeah, sign it, Kathy.
I'll look to her, kind of surprised she got in.
And he just like, where the hells did you come from?
Oh, I've been here since before Lilith got here. I mean, Kathy got here.
Why do I even hire these morons?
Lilith is just what I call Kathy because she's a demon. But yeah, no, it's not your crew's fault. I'm very short.
So am I. Your point?
Well, it's quite easy to slip past tall people. They don't look down.
He has a moment of pause from your statement. He goes, fair enough.
But
Okay.
anyways, I am also an elite. Sign away, Kathy.
Alright, Kathy, in great filigree. Nice and pretty.
Are you dipping the pen in?
Is there any other ink around? Well, I'm gonna use my blood.
That is the only inkwell there, it looks like.
Use your blood.
Stabbed yourself?
This is how I sign every document. Yes, I'll use the ink.
As you dip the quill tip into the well, you feel your grip onto the quill like... How do I word it? Like, you grip onto it for, like, dear life. Like, your hand literally... You assume that if the quill wasn't magical as well or whatnot, you would have snapped it in half. That's how hard you're gripping it. And your hand starts to move on its own. And it places the tip right where the line is the sign. All you have to do is will yourself to write, and it'll write your true name.
This would be useful later on. I'll try to will Kathy without making any, like, gestures. I just want to will a different name.
Make a... I'm trying to make sure that this is the right one.
I assume it would be a will save.
It's... Okay.
Jenny, did you make food for me? It's Tuesday, Miss Pizza. Jenny, I want pizza.
Oh my god, it's
She said yes, come over.
Yay! I gotta work tonight.
Joining the fray. Hey, Johnson.
We have our DM!
Yay! Hello!
I can add my gestures to everything.
I've missed your
Well,
face.
It's actually... I think it would be more accurate to call it an intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
That face.
It went from a 19 to a 1.
Yup.
Man, jeez.
Plus
Yup.
2, which is 3.
No.
I'm gonna use my own dice. Hold on, I'll be back.
Your watermelon dice are cursed. Don't do it.
Apparently these are too.
You haven't moved, but given what you're, like, trying to will it to do, like, you can either withdraw the quill or write. That's all you feel you can do.
Alright.
Kathy, why don't you let me sign it? I am the leader of our patrol.
He goes,
Is that a good wink? I'm not very good at winking.
You see the merchant go, oh, yes, it would be more fitting if the leader was the one to sign it, not the subordinate.
Yes,
I'm gonna pull my hand back. Ugh.
And you just feel it break away.
I hate that they chose her, but I'll let it happen. I'll hand the quill.
Okay. Can I try to will it to write Brianna the Small?
Oh, are you dipping the pen in and...
Well, can I use my own blood?
Oh my god.
I mean, if you want to do that.
No, that'll probably sign my soul away. I'll dip it in the ink.
Okay. And again, as the quill tip enters the inkwell, excuse me, you feel your hand, like, lock into place. Like, your whole, from, like, your wrist to the pen just becomes, like, one object. And then immediately darts to the line.
Okay.
And before she starts signing, I want to say to the merchant, because we don't know his name yet. I'm going to say, and just so you know, any shady business done here, and you will find out what they trained us to do as a Valonin elites. And kind of...
Intimidation check, but actually have advantage on that.
Alright.
Okay, so is it intelligence for me?
Yes.
That's a natural 20 for 23.
Nice.
What dice did you use?
He goes,
I don't even know what these are called.
so right before, do you want to make the roll first for your save?
Yeah, I rolled a 13, because I rolled 14, but I have -1, so 13.
Not bad.
You don't feel, again, like you can either pull it away or write as the pen wills, but you can't. Nothing of your thoughts seem to work other than.
Can I like narrow my eyes at the pen and have like anime fire spark behind my eyes and try again?
Do you have thaumaturgy or prestidigitation? Otherwise, no.
Hey, I can try to RP it in to get a second roll. Don't stand in my way.
You have an intensity towards the pen, but your will does not change what happens. But the merchant goes, well, you know, and he kind of has like a sweat drop going down.
I lift the pen away from the page and turn to him, and I'm like, is there something that you want to tell us about? You sound a little nervous.
Of course, there isn't anything shady going on here, by no means. And if you guys aren't comfortable signing this in a, let's say, somebody of a Valonin officer's place, that's totally understandable. And in any case, I'm more than happy to continue our dealings with a verbal agreement, if you will. Honor, right? Valonin honor. I can trust in that. Yes?
I give Lilith a look and kind of raise my brow.
I'm gonna step up. What would have signing that contract done? Or
What do you
what
mean?
would have... Yeah, I said that right.
I just saved you the burden of responsibility, that's all.
Hey, curiously, while he's like intimidating him, can I sleight of hand and replace it with a different quill?
I think it's the ink that's the problem.
You can absolutely give it a shot. And I would say, because he is very, very focused on Lilith right now, due to Lilith intimidating the shit out of him, +5 that roll.
Okay.
Which is better than advantage, technically.
Yay! 21 +5!
Woo!
Absolutely. I mean, you carry all sorts of just like little knickknacks from nature, so it's easy to switch out for another.
Perfect. And now my question is, can I switch out for my own ink?
Yeah. Both in one go?
Yeah. Sign the paper, Brianna the Small, and then hand it to him.
I was gonna say...
After putting his stuff back.
So, you sign it, and then switch it back?
Yes, if I can.
Sure. And as he's talking to you, Breya just thrusts the paper in his face. Oh, well, that wasn't necessary.
I like paperwork, and so does Valona.
Understood. And he takes the paper, and you see just a flash out of the corner of his mouth, a grin, just like a... And you see him go and put the paper away. In any case, I assure you that there is no shady business being done here. I know that's something you probably hear a lot from merchants, as most of us are just looking to make a little bit more coin.
The only reason I asked is because I like to know who we're dealing with when it comes to doing jobs like this.
Can you call your dogs off us?
My dogs?
Dogs.
I don't own any dogs.
Your men.
Oh,
I'm
those
making
dogs.
friends.
Yes, quite. And
Thank you. They gave us some trouble as we tried to approach to help.
Well, pardon. I specifically told them that no one was to interrupt me while I had my nap. But I seem to have forgotten to tell them that you were on your way. My apologies. And as he starts working on it, he goes, I assure you, he's speaking to Lilith, I assure you that who you're working with is a upstanding merchant and a long-time contributor to the Valonan way. Sure.
Can I see if I believe him about that?
Sure. Insight check?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Insight check? If you're trying to get a feel for...
I only got an 8.
Seems genuine.
My feeling is that he's not the real merchant, like, out of game. And something's happened to the real merchant.
You can think whatever you want out of game, but in game, it's what your character thinks.
I'm well aware.
Yep. Okay, well, Lilith is going to turn around and in a flourish kind of like push her cloak back. And all he sees from behind is just like 2 rapiers, a short sword, like 2 daggers attached to the back.
And you see his look go from like this to like...
And then I'm just going to walk out the front of the tent.
And he keeps his eyes like this, but he just turns to the front of the tent and...
swivel chairs.
Grotto? Stop fooling around, you dumb bastard! Apparently him and, as he flings it open, you can see Aurora and him are still going at it, and Aurora's like, almost there. And then you see him go, oh, boss is here, and and everything just quit. And you see just look of just intense, like, you.
Oh, like it.
Aurora must be celebrating a victory right now.
No, he took it away from her. She's pissed.
Oh, really? See, I thought she would have just assumed that guy let go and she won. Because remember, she's kind of dumb.
But it's the orcish way, where there is no half-win. There is no half-loss.
Yeah, that's true.
So by just quitting the match like he did, yeah, she won, but by technicality, which to her doesn't count. So there's just this intense stare again. Grotto! Didn't I tell you that we would have guests coming? No, boss, you didn't. Shut up! Don't pay you to talk or think. I pay you to listen for damn once. In any case, let's see here. Go get the stuff. Have the men go get the stuff. Okay, back with Mirra and Shrike. Sorry that...
I am making friends and currently trying to console them in the fact that a lot of, like, inlanders and stuff have to live off cabbage. So they're actually very fortunate to have such a meat-rich diet. But in the future, they really need to start looking at the land. Like right here, for instance, it's an island. There's got to be tropical fruits and pineapples and, like, coconuts and stuff. And you really need to look after yourselves because you could be so much more and feeling so good inside. And then my ear twitches as I hear him being a jerk, and then I'm like...
You just start hearing the shrieking of a small individual yelling across the camp. Try, Mirra?
And don't let yourself be bullied by others. But remember not to bully others yourselves. It's
Yes,
good.
ma'am. And you see, like, one of the dudes just, like, rolls his eyes.
Hey, I believe in you, okay? I believe in you, and I believe you can be better.
You're all listening, but when the dude says, yes, ma'am, the dude rolls his eyes at that.
I'm making friends. Oh, goodness. Well, it looks like things are moving again. Make sure when you have some time to see if you can find some berries and such. Don't just be sticking berries in your mouth. Well, if you break them open a little bit and like lick, and if it's bitter, that's bad. But look for berries that have some already picked off, because that means animals are eating it and it's safe. So let's
Doesn't mean it's safe for you. It means it's safe for them.
shh. Let's go see what they want.
Breya overhears this terrible foraging advice and gets worried.
It's not accurate, but it isn't terrible advice. It has sound logic.
That's all Mirra knows.
It's not necessarily wrong, it's just not necessarily right.
Yeah.
It's not wrong, but it'll kill you probably.
You know what? They'll
I
find
walked
out.
that line.
They'll find out.
You know what? If some wild berries kill them off, that's less for us to deal with later.
You just gotta break up and lick it a little bit, and if it's bitter, then it's probably bad, and you gotta throw that one away.
Shrike literally listened to that entire rant.
I'm very good at rambling and making
And
friends.
Shrike feeling a
The
bit
best
like
part-
he needs to eat vegetables.
And the
You
best
need
part is, like,
vegetables
I
to
don't
confirm
eat
that
anything
research.
except dirt and water, so, like...
Dirt, water,
You now feel like you have to eat vegetables because it'll make you better and your tummy better and just better.
Shrike's like, man, I gotta take care of my digestive system.
Yeah.
Well, just out of curiosity, how does Shrike feel about all this?
Shrike is kind of like, that's an information overload, and I'm glad I don't have to truly worry about it.
Well, the other hard part about it is that it was also kind of contradictory. She literally rambled so long that she kind of came back and then rewrote what she said for something else. Like, you want the blueberries, and then, like, 15 minutes down the road, you want the red berries. So it's like, wait a second.
Really, you just want the berries.
You do want the berries.
Not my berries.
Well, the cat girl that you've come to know as Mirra is walking away.
I'm also going to walk away towards the, yelling.
Okay.
I just imagine you're like, nope, back to the ocean.
Peace. I'm out now.
Okay.
I would like
He
to.
wants to give up his legs. He's like the opposite of Ariel.
So, as everybody gathers together, basically you see Grotto, the large man that you were rudely told to piss off by. He hands over this rolled up piece of paper, this document, and as soon as he hands it to the merchant gentleman, he immediately hands it over to Breya. Here.
Thank you.
This is a rough geographical map of the island. It should tell you where you need to go and the effective method of getting there, per se.
You still haven't told us what we're looking for.
Yes. Now that we've come to an agreement, the object that I absolutely must have back is a rare family heirloom. It is a statue, if you will.
Is it from your
Oh,
family?
that's so sad. You lost it while you were traveling? Oh, no.
Yeah. It was quite terrible.
Oh.
We were hoping to get it here in one piece so that it can be a part of our collection once more. And then the ship sank. And it and all the treasures. But money isn't everything, you know. I can make it all back in time. But my heart would rest well if, you know, we could have that heirloom back.
What does the statue look like? How tall is it? How much does it weigh? Does it have any engravings or anything specific to find it?
It's a bust.
Okay.
It should be the only bust that was a part of the ship's what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry.
Cargo?
Cargo. Yes. Thank you.
How about this?
You're
What
welcome.
color was it? Was it the weird chalky white, or was it the golden
Yes.
brass, or was it the green?
It's marble, so the white.
Okay.
It's the bust of a woman or a man?
I do not have the specific descriptors because I've never actually got to see it in person. I had recently managed to reobtain it and was hoping to have it back. But, like I said, it never came back into my hands before that point. So all I can tell you is what it is, but not necessarily what it looks like.
Okay. Okay. White bust. Yes. Okay. Good. Good. Some place to start.
Is there
Breya?
any other questions I can answer before I would highly recommend you retrieve my item?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Why haven't you been feeding these nice young boys some vegetables or some fruits? They're severely lacking in their diet and they're getting all constipated and upsetting their tummies.
So sorry about her. She's a bit of a diet fanatic. Come on. I'm sure he can take care of his own men. Let's go.
Oh, okay. Okay, bye, we'll do
It.
our best. Bye, guys.
And you, for anybody that was remotely paying attention, you just see him go, oh.
Yeah, I'm glaring at him as I'm walking away. No trust whatsoever. But
So,
we continue.
according to the map, if you were to go through the shortest distance as a straight line, you basically just follow the beach further down than where you were.
I think the beach is the safest way. We don't want to get into the Wood Elves territory because it's like it's bad if you go on someone's territory without permission. But if you don't know you're on their territory and you accidentally go on their territory, then it's still bad because you're still trespassing on their territory.
Can I roll another insight on that whole I've never seen my own fairly heirloom before and don't know how to describe it? That is so suspicious.
Sure.
Thank you.
Now, and to give you guys a kind of like a heads up on how insight works.
16.
Just because, say what?
16. Go
Okay.
on.
But just because I say it feels genuine doesn't mean, like, if you roll low and I say it feels genuine, that doesn't necessarily mean that because you roll low, you believe them.
Right.
Okay.
It just feels like they're not lying.
It's like, okay.
That
Seems
doesn't
like
rule
they're
out
okay.
that they can't be a good liar.
There's just no indicators that popped up in you assessing that would lead you to believe otherwise.
Okay.
But if you just think he's a lying bastard, you're free to believe that he's a lying bastard.
I definitely think he's not the real merchant and he's a lying bastard.
Well, you're not quite sure about anything he said, but the main thing that seems up about everything is that he literally has a man that is literally decked from head to toe in valuable shit, has no concern for any of the other merchandise other than that bust.
Yep.
Like, the inside of that tent looked like, you know, a sultan's palace as far as out of character goes. But
I mean,
he has no qualms about losing countless amount of gold coins over this. Just that bust.
that's a little sus to me, but also something else that's just a little sus in general is that he's being guarded by pirates when he's supposedly a lawful merchant. A little weird.
No one said they're pirates, but they definitely fit the
They're not
stereotype.
lawful people, that's for sure.
There are
These guys would rob you blind.
The poor things, though, they need some roughage.
one thing that, and I brought this up a little bit earlier, but it's something that Shrike would definitely catch on to is like, yeah, a lot of this stuff that they have among all the tents and whatever not, it all looks like floats on, basically like stuff that floated at the top of the ocean onto shore. Like all the barrels and crates and stuff are like worn down from seawater. And you would know because you were down there seeing it all. So the stuff that's on shore with them looks just like the stuff that was in the water where you were running around.
Yeah.
Also, that water-sodden crate I found.
Right. But like, what I'm getting at is like they're all like none of the crates were new or undamaged. Like it was all.
Just kind of super suspicious.
Now,
Super sus.
if a crate had been like newly shipwrecked, it wouldn't have been like molding and deteriorating already. So this is where we get to the super sneaky snake part. Not that Mirra would know anything about that. She is currently looking towards the forest for any type of fruit. I'm sorry.
All right,
Cool.
straight away on the beach. That's where we are.
All right.
I'm gonna gather everyone into a huddle and be like, from now on.
I'm gonna crouch down so that I can actually pay attention to the
That's
huddle.
perfect.
You're so
Or
tough.
if you wanted, you could pick me up and let me huddle at normal height. I don't care. But I'm gonna
No,
get
I'm
everyone to
crouching.
gather around and be like, we had to do some trickery to not sign our souls away on that parchment. So, from now on, everyone here must call me Brianna the Small, and I am the leader of our company.
Do you want to be?
Not really, but I had to say it in the moment. We were gonna get caught.
Well,
I
Brianna,
mean, so
Oh.
I'm technically not part of your group. So technically, if I take the bust, it's not part of the contract.
Yeah.
Technically, we never signed a contract under our true names. So we
Also
could take
true.
the bust. I have
Well-
a feeling that this bust is stolen.
Well,
Um,
I said, Breya does understand that they would have a argument as to, yeah, you didn't. It's kind of like a semantic. You would win the semantic. It's kind of like a law thing. Like you'd go to court, but you would probably win because it wasn't your name. But as
However,
far as
it was your hand that signed said document.
right,
No, it was Brianna the Small, and after we get back, who knows what happened to her? I'm
there was
Breya the
only
Giantess.
There was only 3 people in that tent.
basically,
Alright. We got
well,
this.
you could see it playing out a couple different ways. But
I'm a
one
great
of the
liar.
one of the ways that Breya would be aware of is that you were bound by Valonan honor. Would it
But
play out
here's
that
the
way?
thing, though.
Maybe not, because these people seem like the unsavory folks. And what's Valona's one rule? We don't deal or negotiate with terrorists.
We don't
bandits.
negotiate with terrorists.
So it depends on how that plays out, I guess. Who knows?
Yeah,
what
like
that-
essentially, if it finds out that he's just kind of shady, but it's really his family heirloom, like I will give it to him. But if this is like clearly a royal heirloom that belongs to the royal family and was like stolen 5 centuries ago, I'm gonna be like,
But-
We'll get more details eventually.
But what Shrike said is completely 100% true. He has no affiliation with Valona.
This is true.
and conveniently, since I'm here, I do know a thing or two about the dangers of the island.
That is nice.
Oh, do you know of some fruit and or vegetables, or of the like?
I'm sure the elves would help us for that.
I'm gonna so.
Do you know
Brianna.
what
Question,
kind of snack
quick
they would
question.
like? Would it be bad if I gave them some of our fish, or would that be kind of condescending? Because like all they would eat around here is fish, because they're on an island.
Okay, but quick question, right?
Yes.
How are Warforges created?
Magic.
I know out of character, or do you ask
Yeah,
him if Breya would know?
Just like curious, like for instance, if they're known to be made out of magic, his owner probably wouldn't be in Valona.
Well, the thing is that it was basically a house war almost 3,000 years ago when this event occurred. Um, there was many different ways they were made because they were tests. Like there was no specific like he's 8 feet tall, and the Warforged that you met at the bar was like only 5 foot, if that.
So
Like their builds were drastically different.
I guess what I'll say then to Shrike is like, I don't know where your master is or who they could be, but Valona does have exceptional libraries that maybe you could find some hint of them written in a book.
Long story short, it depends on the Warforged because a lot of them were built the same and then a lot of them weren't.
Yeah.
Well,
So if
you
you'd
know
like to work with us and then come back to Valona, you're welcome.
Exactly, Mr. Shrike. You're one of our friends now, and you have been nothing but kind so far. I will be keeping my eye on you, not really, because I just want to make all the friends. And you seem like a nice Warforged. And if you would eat a cookie, I would give you a cookie. But the last time I fed a Warforged a cookie, he fed it to his slime. Which I'm sure enjoyed it greatly, but still.
I appreciate the gesture. And yeah, I mean, as it stands right now, our objectives kind of align. Especially if you can get me, a little bit of more knowledge, quote unquote, back home. So I mean, our objectives kind of align. So yeah, I'll stick around, help out with dealing with this bust.
Yay!
What I can say for sure is that Valona treats its allies well. And if you help us, you're helping Valona.
And the point of Valona is to help others.
Kind of
Alright.
stolen, but integrity first, service before self, excellence in all that you do. The Valonan elite creed.
Yep. Which is why if we find out that bus belongs to him, like, I'm totally going to return it, but if it doesn't belong to him, then it's our duty to return it to who it actually belongs to.
We'll figure out what to
And
do.
I'm imagining that you guys are still making your way down the beach as this is all occurring. Are you guys still huddling?
No, indeed,
We're
I am...
walking now. The huddle was just for do not call me Breya right now.
Right, Brianna. Brianna?
Brianna.
Bethany.
I picked something really similar to Breya.
Brianna. I am currently scanning the edge of the forest for fruits and or veggies.
But I think... What were you trying to say earlier, Shrike?
Our best option for knowing what to eat would be to discuss things with the elves.
Are they nice? Have you talked to them before?
He was
friends?
They haven't killed me yet.
Seems good enough.
But they're also not nice.
Well, I had plenty of elves that used to stop by our farm. Were they particularly, like, intolerable, or were they nice?
It is not nice to judge an entire race based on how one group has treated the others.
This is true, but if they were particularly nice, I wouldn't have any ill feelings about elves.
And,
This
well,
group
that's
in
just it.
particular is not nice.
In the Shire, more or less, that you grew up in, I'm assuming it was a Shire because it's mostly halflings.
Yeah.
The elves and gnomes, which that merchant was, everybody got along. Everybody was happy and laid back. It was just kind of... The biggest argument anyone ever had was over the last piece of pie.
Or who had the biggest squash at the fair.
Correct.
Who grew the biggest pumpkin.
It was never anything that like led to murder or violence or anything like that, but people squabble. That's just
the Pumpkin War of 26 was a big deal.
Alright, that's canon.
Alright.
I expect that to be a part of your backstory.
I'll tell people about the Pumpkin War of 26.
I could like to imagine that they judged for the biggest... Oh, there's a Gingy! Hello, Gingy! I missed your face. I miss you playing with the laser pointer and the shoelace. I miss visiting. I need to go over there.
what happened that year was a certain halfling family, their pumpkin got smashed, and they couldn't submit it, so they made a very convincing paper mache pumpkin and made it really heavy.
Oh.
But then it was discovered what they did, and it caused a lot of fighting.
I liked to imagine they based it on like weight, and then also by firing it in a trebuchet.
Weight, but also color. You don't want the back mark of the pumpkin laying on its side. You want your pumpkins to be like really round and pristine.
As long as they're aerodynamic for
Yep.
the trebuchet.
No, we don't trebuchet them. We eat them.
Cool.
Yes, Gingy.
That'd be like a sin and a half.
Gargoyle ears. Oh, Gingy. Okay. Right. I am currently, even though he's talking about the elves helping us, I am still looking for things that could be eaten and or consumed. And yep, that's me.
What I will say to the party is I've never had any bad experiences with elves. They were all very nice.
Yeah, my teacher was elvish.
Perhaps there's something more going on here. What if the elves used to have this whole place and they were pushed somewhere to like a corner of what was their home and they're angry?
Well,
I
then who else lives here?
don't know. Right?
Well, I don't see them anywhere around the beach here.
Well, why would you live on the beach if you could have a nice indoor space, the waterfall, and like...
Because usually
canopy
people control their own
trees.
harbors.
But the whole thing is a harbor, it's an island.
Right, but this is a big harbor. This is like docks and stuff, so why aren't there any elves here?
But there's
I
no docks
have-
and stuff, it's just like sand.
The elves and the quote-unquote guards have fought before, and I've watched them. So I
Aha!
don't know if it's like what's going on. I just know the elves tolerate me because, you know, I'm a little bit more durable than the average human. You know, I'm not squishy. More or less, as much as
I
they
think at
tolerate
some
me, they
point
kind of just
everyone gets
ignore
a bit
me.
squishy.
Oh,
By
that's
guards-
so sad. You
by
have
guards you
friends
mean-
now.
By guards, you mean the rough-looking guys outside the tents?
Yeah, the
Okay.
piratey.
But
So
they were
they have
nice once you
interacted.
talked to them. The poor things have been so oppressed, not being able to eat the proper rough foliage and things to help fight off the scurvy. They need
So-
some citrus in their diet.
That may be. I don't know about all that nutrition stuff.
Mr. DM,
Yeah.
this map is taking us to where first? Or this
Well-
straight shot?
If you take the straight path, it's going right to the Wood Elves.
Oh.
Right to the Wood Elves? Okay, I'm fine with
Because
that.
it seems like this cove where the ship wrecked in,
Mhm.
basically the elves oversee it.
See,
Okay.
that's the harbor.
Does the map show where the elves are?
Yeah. Like it literally, there's a section that's kind of like a, I don't know how to put it, like red striped.
Yeah.
But they're,
Okay.
like they took a red and they just marked an area, and then
Kind of like a
it,
do
says,
not go here.
it just says elves.
Alright, we'll be fine. Let's continue.
I stop and I take out a tin from my bag and I just hold it as I walk. Tin
Okay.
container.
I would say that it's give or take 5 o'clock.
Hmm.
So the sun is starting to make its way down the other end.
Good night,
Right.
son.
Should we start setting up camp now, or do you think we could make it into the Elvish, like, town, village before dark?
Just for the record, this music bot has worked way better than any other music bot I've used.
That's
Right?
crazy.
The other one kept ending. This one's doing good.
I
Um,
might recommend we camp now. they'll probably be a little bit more into listening if we don't show up in the middle of the darkness.
That is very true.
And we should bring them a gift.
I have a gift for them, and I hold up the tin. Oh wait,
What's in the tin?
I set it down, and I take out. I start like emptying my bag, and I take out a piece of my paper, and I write down for our new friends. And I write it on the paper and put it on top of the tin, like in a stand-up thing.
Is it presumptuous to assume we're their friends already?
Would I know
It's never too early to make friends.
how active Wood Elves are in the nighttime versus the day? Because I know they wander in dark forests and stuff
Well,
like that.
like elves in general, and this is something a lot of people would
They
know.
love
Elves in
starlight.
general don't really sleep.
And they love starlight.
Stars are pretty.
The other thing that we do have to be cautious about.
Oh no, are they wheat intolerant?
No.
Oh good.
There are some other creatures, conveniently that ignore me, that are more nocturnal.
Big creatures?
Do you
There's
know
some
their
that are
feelings towards
big.
fire?
That was gonna be my suggestion too.
I tend to just stay in the water at night.
I know that fire's good enough to scare off the wild dogs.
Oh, poor puppies.
Oh, they're not puppies. They'll eat you and your babies. They're hungry.
Oh. Okay.
Did I say
Alright.
dogs? I meant the badgers.
I like the badgers. Oh.
Alright,
Oh God. I miss Melon.
if our friend says we should camp, I'll take his word for it. He's been here a little longer.
I'll camp too. I have no
We do
problem.
just have, like I said, we do just have to be careful,
Okay.
be cautious.
Okay.
Is that a wrap for the night?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're good.
You want me to wrap?
Okay.
Wicka wicka wicka.
Any
Yo.
case,
My dad
That, my
once
friend,
asked
is
me if I could
beatboxing.
rap.
Where
and I'm
are
like,
the sick rhymes?
yo yo you yo.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yo,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
that's fucking, Scooby-Doo Monster Island.
Oh,
It is! Oh my god, you know that!
My name
I
is
love that
Yu-Gi-Oh!
movie.
Dave knows many things.
Ugh,
I know many things, most of it is useless.
yeah.
same.
He has a
Same.
lot of knowledge.
Giraffes have no vocal cords. Cats have 2 sets of vocal cords. You're welcome.
No,
Oh,
let me
koalas
tell you,
have
the
2
only big
vaginas.
cat that can't roar.
Yes, they got 2.
Giraffes have the same number of neck bones as humans.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Leopards are the only classified big cat, like lions and stuff, that can't roar.
In any case,
The more you know.
Okay, we're all smart.
so how are you guys doing your whole long...
I need to dip out early. But I'll be here next week, okay, guys?
Okay.
Bye.
I would suggest we make our camp just slightly in the trees.
Okie dokie.
Alright.
I start piling up like dead leaves and shit to put my bedroll on. I have no problem taking middle watch or whatever watch. I'm good at sleeping. I can sleep whenever, so I don't care what time I take watch. And I'll set up my Evertorch.
So that's the fun fact, is you guys can just sleep through the night.
But then you'll be all alone. You won't have anybody to talk to and look at the stars with.
For most of the time, I'm not going to be truly active, but I can still see and hear things.
Yeah, so I'm gonna sit there and talk to you.
Be talking to like a statue, basically.
Yes.
I mean, if you want to, I'm not gonna say no, but
It's
By
gonna.
this time, Lilith already made her bed.
It's gonna happen. Just let it happen.
Just let it happen.
Alright, you guys have fun. I'm just gonna take refuge behind this tree, and good night.
I think she had to use the little girl's room. Why else would she go behind a tree?
I mean,
thought
she did say good.
Well, you know, you say goodnight, and then you go upstairs, and you take a wee, and then you get all comfy, but then you get sidetracked because you left something on your desk, and it looks kind of scary in the dark, and then you gotta get up, and you gotta move it, and then you gotta snuggle back into bed, but it's not the same, you know?
That's true.
Do you think our new friends will like cookies?
It's tough to say.
Hmm.
I generally avoid them and they ignore me.
I was
This
gonna give
music.
some fish, but I don't think they would like the gift of fish, because if they live in the harbor, then they have lots of fish, and I don't think they're gonna think our fish is as spectacular as their fish. So I think cookies is a good gift in lieu of fish. You get all night worth of this, by the way. It's gonna be great.
I don't know. That kind of felt like a threat. Was that an intimidation?
She has to sleep eventually, right?
Eventually.
Lilith comes out of the shadows. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Just like at some point, it's like, oh, and then silence, and it's like, have you ever heard the stories about people who work on submarines? When everything goes quiet, everybody panics because something's wrong. It's like, and then it's like silence. It's like, what?
Oh god.
That's hilarious. You just see her passed out, face first, butt in the air. Like,
I am a cat. I'll go to sleep in whatever position I just happen to collapse in. And I'm very good at taking naps, so just keep going until I can't anymore.
I gotta put chloroform on my shopping list.
If you rely on my ramblings for an exit strategy, you gotta expect them in the unexpected times. Namely, the unexpected time during wake and sleep. And
Always.
or always. And Mr. Pedi, for the love of God, next time I see you, I'm giving you my ring light, because you look like a demon when you like lean back, and I could
when I go
just
like
see the
this.
two lights off the monitor. Yeah, it's like, dude,
I
stop.
was debating on whether or not to give you a bonus to your intimidation because of
No, it's like, how dare you?
Yeah, right there. Do you
With the
see
glare off
the
your
glowing
glasses.
from the glasses? Because yeah, no, I have an extra ring light.
I
You're
will
using
cut
that
you.
shit so I can see your face.
You
Because
don't like
that's
this?
scary.
You don't like this? You don't
No.
like it?
No.
Look at this. No.
Mine has a ring light included. Oh god, it's so bright. So I have an extra one.
So, I know Kachina had to jump off early. I'll have to ask. But as far as Lilith, you're just going to sleep completely?
Yeah, just taking all the events in for the day. I'm going to sleep completely.
And so you're just believing the gentleman you just met, like, yeah,
I'm believing in Mirra.
Okay.
I'm taking cat naps throughout the night, but then I wake up and start a random rant.
But is Mirra actually doing a long rest, or is she
I would
literally trying to not sleep the Warforged.
I don't know if I can not sleep the Warforged.
You definitely can't.
You underestimate me.
I mean, you
I
could
am a
stay
cat.
awake.
I like to sleep. Mirra is a part of me, and that part is the fact that I can sleep wherever and whenever, and when the fucking sun is shining through the blinds when I'm trying to sleep at noon because I work nights. So I sleep where I want and when I want.
All I'm saying is you could
I couldn't
force
take it.
yourself to stay awake the entire night,
Yeah.
but you will suffer a point of exhaustion.
No, I'm gonna get a long rest and wake up at random points during the night to start a conversation with my new friend. Hello, new friend! What's your favorite color? Do you know of dinosaurs? What's your favorite dinosaur? What's your favorite fruit? Have you tried cabbage boiled in cream? It is literally amazing. Have you seen those little... My friend at this little... He's got a pup and he's got a little thing that's like a slime. And if you put a trail of food in front of it, it just follows the little trail and it's pretty great. And...
So, Shrike, are you
Yes.
keeping watch?
Yeah. So I'm, because I have the racial to do the sentry watch, right?
Right.
Where I do my 6 hours, but I can still see and hear as normal.
Is it 6 or 4?
My thing is telling me 6.
Oh, okay. I
At
thought it
least
was.
6 hours in an active, motionless state, rather than sleeping.
I thought it was the same as elves because I thought they only get 4. But in any case, that totally functions just the way that it should. However, it's very difficult to concentrate on your surroundings, especially in regards to sound. As periodically she wakes up to literally drown out anything you're listening to with her voice. So I will give you a perception check, but I will give it with -2.
Sorry.
Each for each ear hole you have.
It is absolutely in character.
Come here, baby. You okay?
Bye-bye.
Baby. If I start peeling off some bark and find something sticky, can I stick it to you and make you look like a tree?
When she become country,
Sorry.
can I stick it to you and make you look like a tree?
Y'all.
Y'all. Hey, y'all come
That
eat.
is
Been slaving over
a
this for hours.
6.
Not very good at that.
What's up?
You rolled an 8 minus 2, 6.
Okay. And that is where we'll end the session for tonight.
I want to talk to some elves.
Oh, we'll get the
No.
chance when they capture us in the middle of the night for my loud yammering.
Pedi, you are in for a freaking treat, I tell you what.
Oh my god.
Just wait, you'll understand. Probably next session it'll happen, you'll understand.
Okay. I almost cut a gnome today, guys. Breya stopped me. She handed him a paper.
But
I didn't even know he was a gnome, but I got a new ring.
So what's your favorite color? How are you like, do you not like to be touched? Because you should really tell me now. Can I paint you? How do you feel about pastels? What's your favorite color?
To describe your Warforged to me.
Oh, that's a good one. So I have like metal armor-ish type thing on, like metal coating. But like underneath it is like wood and stuff. I'm mostly dark. Like blacks type thing.
Needs more pastels.
But I have like green highlighting.
Ooh.
And then I occasionally will fiddle with a crystal. My arcane focus. Kind of a
Where do you-
fidget.
Oh, you just keep it in your hand at all times, like rolling it around?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, I have a like leather coat type thing on, to kind of pretend I'm human sometimes.
Is it like one of those like sleeveless overcoats with like the chest open, or is it just like, I don't know, like a poncho looking thing?
More of a poncho looking thing.
Okay. Interesting. Darker with green accents. What color's your crystal?
Good question. I never thought of that.
It's green. That was
I was gonna go with red.
Uh-huh.
We'll call it red.
remember the coolest thing about Eldritch Blast is
Pew,
the
pew.
most flavor customizable cantrip in the entire game.
I could only imagine like a later level Warlock to Warforged. Like the back opens up and like missiles and Gundam just for Eldritch Blast.
Also, the one way back before I met you guys, the guy had a Warforged Warlock, and he used to make the Eldritch Blast come out of his eyes like laser beams.
Pew, pew.
I'll do like Iron Man and have like the shoulder pocket pop up.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that little tiny tank anti-tank missile.
Dang, Warforges are cool. There's
They
so
are.
much you can do flavor wise.
Very much so.
Oh my god.
I once made one and I didn't play it, but it was a Warforged that had worked with the circus as a sketch artist.
What?
He did caricatures.
My first Warforged was the
Yeah, exactly.
was-
He made caricatures. Come on. He could draw
Mine
anything.
was a
Anyone.
bodyguard in a brothel, and he had like all the names. Wasn't he? It's like a tavern slash like brothel, and
In that regard.
something like that. And then he had the names of all his past like, I don't, bosses or whoever gave him a job, but they're all like crossed out because he failed to do his job.
I remember that. I remember that. You
Yeah,
had
I
all the names.
remember that.
I remember that.
Yeah, and as they die, he just crosses out their name on his arm.
Yeah, and then you put, was it Jose or Mitchell? One of their
Mhm.
characters' names.
And one of them
Mitchell?
died.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cross the board.
Yeah.
No, my friend, has anyone seen Invincible?
Yes. Well, I have only
Yes.
watched half of it.
Dude,
you
you
s-
have
you
my
know-
Amazon. Just log in, and it's still logged in on your.
It didn't save your info. I had to
Oh.
re-put it in.
I'm gonna send you my info so you can watch the rest of that. Like at first, I
Thank
was
you.
watching it, and I'm like, Psh, "This is gonna be one of those," and then all of a sudden the death started, and I'm like, "Oh."
Went from 0 to 100 like out of
In
nowhere.
the first
Real
episode,
quick.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you guys know the character Robot in there?
Yeah.
Do you know anything about him, like his backstory and all that?
I mean, I completed the first season.
Okay.
As I haven't
What
watched
about you, Josh? So you can't talk about it, but
No.
my friend wanted a character just like that to play in D&D, and I was trying to figure it out with him, like how it would work. So I've landed on him being an artificer, and there's a certain one, I forgot which one it was, but they also have like a construct that they command as like a buddy. Imagine a animal companion, but it's a construct, and it can be whatever you want. So he imagined it as like a copy of himself type thing. So it's like two robots, and
That is kind of
then
clever too.
on top of that, like he makes another one because there was a artificer thing where you can have a homunculus or another
Yeah.
construct, like a
Yeah.
flying one,
Yeah.
and it's just a tiny version of him that can like fly in
Maybe
the
we
air
can-
like a sentry.
Oh.
But they all come from his main body, so like his stomach opens up and like out falls out
What is
another.
this freaking? What is his name from Transformers?
Um.
Soundwave?
I don't remember. It's been so long.
There's an old Transformer Decepticon that spews out cassette tapes. What is his name? I think it's
Wait, like
Soundwave.
those little. I don't remember.
But in any case, folks, thank you all for coming today. I hope you had a lot of fun. I know it wasn't like super eventful, but you're navigating the island this time around. As Dave said, he'll be with us for 3 straight more sessions. So I think we can get to the really, really good stuff.
Okay, we'll promise to get to the juicy parts. We promise.
I think if you stick with the plot, you'll get to the juicy stuff next session, if not the one after.
I will push
Okay.
for that. I will try.
Mirra's gonna hunt for coconuts.
I should actually.
And
get
I
the
will
next
fight.
4 sessions.
Say what?
Next 4
Should actually get
sections.
the next 4.
Oh, okay.
Good.
So we'll definitely hit something pretty juicy. That time.
Coconuts.
I can't wait for combat as level 1, to be honest.
Level 1 combat is always the scariest because it's like I'm so squishy and I do so little damage, but so do they.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, mine is very much modified.
I'm
But
just glad I get to play rogue.
but you'll definitely be able to more or less assess what is something that'll murder you and something that you can go toe to toe with.
This is my first spellcaster, so it's gonna be interesting. I want to.
Really?
I don't want to run in. My last guy that I played was a barbarian, so I was like, I'm just gonna rage and charge in and fight everything.
Same,
now,
actually.
I don't want to charge in and fight everything.
Depends on the warlock. The what I see you going with? No, probably not a good idea.
No, I'm gonna end up
man.
going Pact of the Chain, so I can get an imp familiar. So then I never need torches again. I'll just have my imp on my shoulder and him telling me everything.
I had a character like that. I love it. I love the warlocks. So you can build them however you want. There's so much.
They are the most customizable class in the entire game.
It's so different. Like my Dragonborn Hexblade Warlock, I loved him.
And with my buff, they're actually bearable now. All the classes that literally suffered from short rest syndrome, where like if you don't stop the entire party to sit down for an hour every so often, you just get screwed.
Yeah, no spells.
But again, thank you, my friends. I hope you had a lot of fun, because I did.
Thank you.
I will see you all next Tuesday.
I also did.
I will see you all next week. Don't forget to register.
Oh, yeah.
It's not up yet.
It will be.
It should be popping up like in 3 minutes.
I can't wait to see what's next. I wanna see. I wanna know.
I can't say that I had you in mind for the next part, but when I was filling all the stuff out, I was like, this is for Pedi.
Let's hope we hit that part. Let's go. All right. Good night, you guys.
Good night.
Tell Jenny I said good night. Bye,
Indeed.
Gigi.